following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
Hey, it's Adeline Van Dyke from Coldwell Banker Faith Properties in Utica. I always get asked, why do I love real estate? It's very simple. I love my clients. I love every single thing about helping them find or sell their home. Making sure the home is solid and ready for sale, or solid and ready for the buyer's inspection, to making sure that they're getting the best rate on their mortgage, making sure they're getting the best price on their house. You know, just everything involved in the sale is vital. My absolute favorite part of real estate is when a buyer walks into the house they're going to buy. I can feel it before they even know they're loving the house. It's just that obvious. So I'd love to experience that feeling with you. So give me a call. Adeline Van Dyke, Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-404-6431. Or you can find me on Facebook or visit my website at centralnewyork.com/Adeline. Thank you, and I look forward to welcoming you home.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.
In the Mohawk Valley, for the best real estate service, you gotta have faith. Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-735-2222 or www.centralnyhomes.com.
Yo, law infidels, that's right. It's Hacker Hameen.
This is Al Schneer from the band Mo.
Hey, this is Corey Glover from Living Color.
And you're listening to EC Radio.
And you're listening to EC Radio.
Live on EC Radio with the Z-Man. So take the pizza out of your fat moron mouth. Sit back and listen before I give you a $5 face slap. You'll never forget, infidels. YOLO.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you will support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
EC Radio, Disruption Networks. EC Radio, Disruption Networks.
Yeah, baby. It's another work week here at TC Radio. What's happening, everybody? Z here hanging. It is Monday. Da-da-da. Whatever. What up, chicken?
It's not just Monday. It's Monday after St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, chicken, I am freaking hungover.
Little special feeling today.
I have come to realization that I am officially old, and I can't recover like I used to.
Yeah. Yesterday I woke up and I was like, went to stand up to take a pee, and I was like, ah, shit, and I almost fell to the ground because, like, my ankle was sore, like, and then I realized my entire body was
Well, that's
sore.
because you got toothpicks for
well, that
legs,
too,
chicken.
but, man, I was sore. We must have climbed those stairs probably about, like, 15, 20 times in the cold. So,
Yeah.
like,
It was a great time, though, over at
Oh, we had a
O'Donnell's,
blast.
man. Such a great time. I want to thank everybody that popped out and saw us and hung out with us. And We experienced some technical difficulties. There was some cold
Some
issues.
testicle difficulties, too.
Testicles. I hear you, man.
Still haven't found those little bastards.
But it was cold, man, especially upstairs. So we got the wind up there, and it was just like,
Yeah.
so if anybody saw our broadcast, man, it was cold. I think I complained about it the whole time.
Special thanks to Lenny for forgetting the heater. But
Even if he brought the heater, it wouldn't have made a difference.
I would have tried, damn it.
It wouldn't have made a difference. But that was a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody for coming out. St. Patrick's Day in Utica, always a good time.
There were still a lot of people out. You know, people
Yeah.
were having a great time.
And I did not see any drama.
Tommy drama. That was about it.
That's about it. But I mean, as far as drama, like
Right.
fights or
I asked around to a couple of bouncers, and they're like, actually, no, a couple girl squabbles here and there, and but nothing too bad.
we encourage those though.
Oh yeah, that's where you get the the pudding out and the kiddie pool.
The latex jello. Everybody clear aside. It's time for mud wrestling.
Absolutely.
Well, good time over at O'Donnell's. Big ups to our boy Chip O'Donnell and Smack Tino and Derek J for providing the music for us. And we had a great time.
It was a
Had
good
lot of
time,
fun.
yeah.
I saw a lot of old friends I haven't seen in a while. Bounced over to Wakely's for a little while. That was a lot of fun over there.
A lot of random people buying me shots.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah, and I knew, like, Chicken, I'm a lightweight now. I totally have come to grips that I am a lightweight now. I can only drink for like an hour, and then I'm completely shit-faced.
See, I'm actually really surprised that I can hang all day long. I don't know how I can still do it, but I can still do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't binge drink though. I'm not like a slam your beer, do a whole bunch of shots. Like I go in for the long haul.
We took that break after our first segment and went right downstairs because it was cold. I was like, I gotta go in and warm up. Went right to the bar. Everybody's giving me shots, and I'm like, wow. An hour later, I'm shit-faced. I'm like,
Yeah, but after being outside for a while and you do a nice shot of like Fireball or Jameson or something, warms you right up.
It does.
Although our boy Dave Bauer came up and gave me some tequila.
Oh, tequila.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to drink with you?
Yeah, some Jose.
Ah.
So I was like,
Yeesh.
all right, let's do it.
How was it?
It was better than Jameson.
And that's when it went downhill for you.
Well, depends on how you look at it.
Or you went uphill.
My options increased. Let's just put it that way.
Your options increased?
Yeah.
Well, as far as
Beer goggles.
Gotcha. Why, did you get lucky on St. Patrick's Day?
No.
You don't want to talk about
I
it.
still
did
haven't
you,
found
would
my
you?
penis in it still from that day.
Ah.
But no, I was actually pretty good. I took home somebody with big tits, and it was Lance.
He's fun to cuddle with.
Yeah, a little hairy though.
Oh man!
Shout out to Lance for helping me set up, take on all the.
Lance,
other
the
gear.
best roadie in the world. Well, in my opinion, there's probably a million better than him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's my favorite roadie. How about that? Lance kills it for us every time. Every time. But yes, thank you guys for
He was
tearing
on
down.
top of it. He actually reminded me. He was like, "We gotta
Yeah.
get those banners down." I'm like, you know what? Before he gets too drunk out, I better do it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I was hanging out Wakely's. I come back, everything was down. I'm like, wow, where the hell did everything go? All right, good. I don't have to do it. Yes. Yeah. But we had all the other stuff packed up and stuff. I had to haul that shit to my car. But it was a great time, though. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did too.
A lot of fun.
It's good to see a lot of people out and enjoying themselves. And
We
like you
had
said,
our
no
crew.
drama. Yeah.
And we had our crew in full effect.
Yeah, we
Not
did.
just the Disruption crew, but the external family that comes along with Disruption Network.
There was a lot of people that it was good to see out.
Mhm.
Some people I haven't seen in a few years, and or other people I see every weekend, but I'm working, so I can't have a few beers with them.
Yeah.
So it was nice to be able to go out and share a beer with the people.
And that was the kickoff to our fun-filled year that we have here around the D. That was our first event of the year, and we are continuing on into April with Tomato Pie Day, which is April 7th at the Parkway Rec Center. I'm excited. That's the day we get fat.
Yes.
We get stupid fat.
It's a cheat day, right?
It's our cheat day, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was.
He's got like how many different vendors coming in? Like 12 different vendors.
Yeah, I got to sample them all 2, 3, 4 times.
Uh-huh.
To make sure I get them all.
You gotta.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta. We're gonna come up with some sort of contest for everybody. Instead of just shoveling tomato pie down your throat, let's do it and like how many pieces you eat throughout the day. That's what I'm thinking that we should do. And we'll give out. We got a prize pack. We got some T-shirts and a bunch of prizes and CDs and giveaways we can give out. But we should come up with a really cool prize pack though. Put a little more, like the sprinkles on top of a sundae. Let's get a good prize pack together for our tomato pie eating challenge.
Maybe some of the contestants would like to offer up a gift certificate of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
Hey.
throwing it out there.
Yeah, we
you
can-
know,
yeah,
honor
we'll
a
put
meeting.
something together. We could definitely put something together. Sean Gaffney checking in. He says, good times on St. Patty's Day. Absolutely. I almost touched your wife's boob, but I held back. She went in the hug. I spilled my beer right all over her boob. I went in the wipe. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. And we just laughed. Oh, my God. Andrea Gaffney, she's funny. She's
I almost,
She's like, you almost touched my boob. That was funny.
I almost had to go after Sean. I tell the guy, I'm like, listen, nobody goes up the stairs right now. And I turn around and somebody's walking up the stairs. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. So I started going up there, and I'm like, oh, it's Gaff. Right? I was like, because then Andrea looks at me. She goes, no, that's Sean. I'm like, oh, okay. So I go to the guy. I'm like, hey, listen, did I tell you? He goes, oh, yeah, nobody up the stairs. I'm like, who's up there now? Oh, dude, I don't know. I was like,
Yeah, that was another thing. We actually, Todd and I found some guy upstairs just hanging out with the headphones on, just rapping into the microphone. I'm like, dude, get out. You got to go. And then he just kept on showing up. You always get those drunk idiots that keep popping up in and out sometimes, you know. But when there's alcohol, there's assholes. But what are you going to do? It's St. Patrick's Day.
and it's funny, though, because it's like I work there as well, and I can't ever get out of that work mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm so used to patrolling the area.
Even if you're there as a patron, you're still going to be
Yes.
working, bro.
Right, exactly.
That's how
I
it
just
goes
can't
when you
help
work
it.
in the bar industry.
Like,
Even if you're at another bar, you still feel inclined to either break up a fight or handle some drama or put out a fire that's there or whatever.
whenever I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, listen, you know, don't be offended if I don't look like I'm paying attention, because I'll always scan the bar, and I'm like, I work security. It's just something I always have to do, and I know some people they get like, man, he's not paying attention to me. I'm like, I am, but I also got to pay attention to what's going on, even if I'm not working. It sucks, but it's always like you got to be aware.
You do. And there are a lot of nuts out there, man. You see what's going on in Austin with the bomber down there? Just
And-
threatening to blow up shit?
You know what was crazy is
South by Southwest is just finished up over there.
when we were on air, we seen, you know, the SWAT team in riot gear.
Yeah, that
walking
was...
down, you know, and I'm like, man, that's a bold thing to do. I mean, that just kind of puts that whole like, oh
the
shit.
times we're living in perspective.
I mean, you're all having a good time, having a blast, and all of a sudden you just see like almost like
RoboCop
Yeah.
walking down the street, dude.
like martial law coming
yeah,
into effect.
they
and
were
you're
in
like,
SWAT gear and they were holding machine guns and walking down the street.
Yeah,
There's four
full
of them.
riot
And it
gear
was
and
like,
everything.
holy shit, this
And-
is real.
and I guess, you know, thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? It might be that like, you know, let's put a show that, you know, for anybody who's going to try to do something stupid,
Right.
we have the presence here.
Exactly.
And also to for other people to know, like, we have a presence here, like, you're going
Right.
to be safe.
In this day and age, do I agree with it? Yeah, I do, but it was just so weird to see that.
It is. It's like
We're not used to that at all.
No,
you know?
no.
Never in my St. Patty's Day lives, 42 of them, I've never seen a SWAT team walk down
No.
Verk Street with machine guns.
I mean, you've seen the paddy wagon. You used to see, like, you know, a lot of police presence, you know, troopers, you know, town, you know, like city cops, whatever. But never riot gear and all that. I mean, and like they did it like shoulder to shoulder, walk right down the middle to let everybody know they were there.
No, it was real. It was definitely real. I want to switch gears really quick because Gaffney is watching, and yesterday we had the baseline fantasy baseball draft yesterday here at the D. The riveting baseball draft, just watching a lot of dudes just sit there looking through notes is really what happened. But it was cool. It was fun. We've been doing that for 15 years, ever since the electric company days, and that was our 15th anniversary. And Gaffney is our winner. He's our champ over there. The guy wins it every other year. He's like the San Francisco Giants, wins on the even years. But actually, he wins on the odd years. What I like to call the fantasy baseball draft is my yearly contribution to Riley Gaffney's college fund. That's it. But no, we had a good time. It was good to see everybody and hanging out.
Just want to give a shout out. Our friend Gina just popped in. She said she want to wish us a happy day.
We need it. Thank you, Gina.
Thanks, G.
We do. At least the sun is out, right? You ever I'm having one of those blah days.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything's just like, ah.
That's why, like G, she's like a ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
You know, like she's always spreading the love.
Absolutely. Thank you. We could probably use that on the daily regular.
Yeah, absolutely.
So please keep dropping us the love. Drop us the love. So my guest for today had to cancel, but he's coming tomorrow. So we're going to have Dan Williams from the Barden Mudfest here tomorrow to talk about the Boilermakers' Dirty Little Brother, which is happening the week after Tomato Pie Day, which is April 14th. We'll be out there in full effect for that one, too.
So Lance is all in a tizzy. He's got to have a meeting about Mudfest soon. I don't
Okay.
know. He's ready to go. I'm like, dude, you're gonna love it when you get there. Like, you're gonna have a.
It's right up Lance's alley. The
Yep.
Mudfest. I want to see Lance get muddy, actually.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think that's gonna be.
Like, I just want to help you out. I'm like, I got it covered, dude. You know,
Lance isn't the most fleet of foot. Like, I mean, just watch him walk up a hill, he'll end up rolling down it at some point. Like, that dude's always falling down.
It's funny. And then the drunker he gets, the more he falls down.
Oh, dude.
And he's a big boy, so when he falls down, he falls hard.
Yeah, he does.
It's not some easy spill. No, you actually feel the rumblings of the earth.
We were camping at my camp, and all of a sudden, like, I see Lance walking to the porch, and I see a light on the ground. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? All of a sudden, I see the light on the ground, like, slowly getting back up. I'm like, dude, did you just fall? And he's like, ugh, yeah. And he's got, like, dirt all over his face. Yeah, poor kid. No balance when he's drunk.
But back to the Mudfest. Mudfest is always a great time for a
Yes.
great cause. We're going to have the organizer in here tomorrow to talk about it, talk about, the whole foundation of it, where all the money goes to. Like, this is some really cool shit what they do, man, at the Barton Mudfest. And Dan Williams is a beautiful human being and busy. Busy man. He's got Williams Fencing, Sunnybrook Farms. Like, he's out there doing a lot of things, coaching track. He's got a million things going on.
And he's an animal.
He is, man. Here's a guy. I'm sure you've heard this story before, but here's a guy on Boilermaker Sunday. Now, mind you, he's registered for the Boilermaker. This man ran from his house in Deansboro, New York, to the starting line of the Boilermaker, then ran the Boilermaker.
Did he run home?
No, he didn't run home. He did get a ride home, but yeah, he
Cheater.
ran from Deansboro
Yeah.
to the finish line, or to the starting line of the Boilermaker, then ran the Boilermaker.
And for people who don't know where Deansboro is in coordinates to the
It's
Boilermaker.
about a 25-mile run.
Right.
About 25-mile run.
Before you do another.
Somewhere's around, I think 25, maybe 22.
And how long is the Boilermaker?
9 miles, 9.5.
Dude ran almost 30 miles.
Yeah. Well, he's ran 100 mile marathons before.
Wow.
And all the crazy stuff. He does the Tough Mudder.
Is he a 46er?
I don't think he is. I don't know. We'll ask him tomorrow, though, when he comes in. But Dan Williams, man, that's a renaissance man. Great human being. And he puts on this incredible event every year. You got to come out to it. It's April 14th at MKJ Farm in Deansboro. It's a great event. And he makes it grueling for the people who participate in the mud run. You got to climb up these walls. You're all muddy. Then you got to jump in this pond and, like, swim through tunnels and do the monkey bars. I mean, it's grueling. Plus, you're running throughout the whole course.
Yep.
You can bring the kids because there's a kids course, and then there's a 5K, then there's a 5-mile. Grueling.
And that water's cold.
Freezing. It's April. The snow still might be out. The way it is right now, the snow still might be out in the middle of that mud fest.
So they'll go snow and all, huh?
Oh, it's a mud fest.
I know.
They prefer it rained.
Yeah, right?
Seriously.
Muddier the better.
As long as the stage gear is covered, that's all that matters to me. Well, I am in charge of booking the bands, and we've got a great lineup this year. We got the Swamp Drivers. We got Old Main sitting at the finish line in the Army truck. We've got Simple Props, Grit and Grace, Third Stone Blues Band, Alternate Universe. These are great bands, and they're all donating their time to come in and hang out at the Barton Mud Fest. I think, what's this, the 6th annual? I think it's the 5th. Anyhow, we'll talk to Dan about that tomorrow. Chicken, I think you should do it.
No.
Come on, you lost 80 pounds since last year, and when we were at it, you just sat there and held the camera. But I think we got to put you up to the challenge.
Yeah, but there's
boy.
some of those, like, those tunnels and shit.
You probably won't fit through them.
I'm that, and I'm claustrophobic. Fuck that.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's two things I hate. I'm claustrophobic, and I hate heights. There's the two things right there that are like.
I think you need to conquer these fears, Chicken.
I've tried.
Conquer these fears, and I think the Mud Fest would be a great way for you to conquer your fears, Chicken. Step out of your comfort zone, pal.
I don't know. But then who's gonna man the booth? I gotta work.
No, you ain't gotta work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll stay.
You're busy.
I'll stay.
You're dealing with all the band. Why don't you do it?
I'll make Lance do the changeover. That's what he wants to do, right?
Yeah. Then when he realizes he's got to go back and forth to where the bands are set up, you'll be like, fuck this.
Why don't you run the kids course? How about that? Oh, you probably really wouldn't fit in those tubes. There's slides and stuff. No kids course.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good. I don't do much running.
We've noticed.
I know.
My knees are shot. I can't really run either, man. You don't really have to run. They call it a mud run, but people like jog and they walk through the thing because I'm telling you, man, when you're running through ponds and running up bales of hay and everything else that they got going on, last thing you want to do is run to the next obstacle. You know, you want to take your time and catch your breath and, you know, walk over there slowly and then do the obstacle. Because it's grueling. There's a 5K. Imagine doing the 5 mile. There's just like some tough sons of bitches that can do that 5 mile.
Oh yeah. There's a few of them. I'd like to see like my friend Rocco. I think would definitely be able to do it pretty
Rocco
well.
would probably destroy him.
Absolutely.
Is he in it? Is he participating?
I think so. I talked to him. I told him Sill's looking for a partner because I got a feeling the people he usually goes with are backing out. So he said he was going to do it. So I'm hoping that, he will because I think he'll crush it. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
The kid's he could climb anything. So
the Barden Mud Fest. It's always a great time. Even if you don't want to participate in the Mud Fest, you can just come and hang out. And I think you pay like $5 to park. We'll ask Dan
beer,
tomorrow when he's
food.
here tomorrow. We'll ask him. It's like $5 or $10 to park, and you hang out. And yeah, right. There's
it's a party.
Food trucks, and it is. It's the first kind of festival of the year in a way.
And it's so weird because people, it's such a grueling thing, but everybody's in such a good mood.
Right. And hopefully it's 85 and sunny that day, but it probably won't.
But they have fire pits going and stuff, so you can warm up by a fire. They got places where you can clean up.
There's bonfires all over that place. And even if you have loved ones or something, or you have a friend that's running the Mud Fest, you can go watch them on the course. They got like taxis that drive you up and down the hill. And that's a big space, man. MKJ Farms, that place is huge.
Yeah.
Huge. A lot of acres up there. A lot of acres.
It's kind of cool because it's like almost like like you go to a golf course and there'd be certain people at holes watching the people play. Like when you watch them on TV, that's how it is here. But they're like obstacles.
Yeah.
There'd be tons of people watching these different obstacles. I sat by the monkey bars for about hour and a half just watching people bite it.
What's the percentage of people that actually made the monkey bars all the way across?
Surprisingly, a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
And there was a couple different people had different ways of doing it. You know what I mean? Some people were just, skipping bars, and other people going one at a time. Then I seen somebody actually didn't use the bars. They used the beam that it was on, and they carried themselves across on the beam.
Wow, really?
I was like, wow, that was new. That's something different. And then they
backwards, though? Like when they, how they climb logs backwards?
No. They did it frontwards, but they
frontwards.
hung on the beam instead of the little bars.
I gotcha.
I was like, wow, that's an interesting way to do it.
Uh-huh.
And they made it. And some people, not so much. But it seems like you got to go fast. I think on those ones, the key is to get it done as quick as possible.
What would be your technique?
I would probably try swinging and skipping. Skip a couple bars.
See, I'm scared I'm going to, slip a rotator cuff if I did the swing. I did it last year going one by one. I made it, too.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, hell yeah, I made it. Yes, I did.
I think you all made it, didn't you?
No. I think there's a couple that bit it.
Robbie, I think.
The thing I bit it was on the swing.
Yeah,
the rope swing. I still don't think I could do that thing. I got to conquer my fears in that thing now. I got to go. I got to try that out.
You fell from the highest point.
I fell from the highest point.
You can't get any higher than that.
I fell 2 stories.
It was like as soon as you said go, you just dropped straight down.
I didn't even swing.
You didn't. Yeah, it's like.
It just went up and down. We got to get Todd to pull that video up for
great.
us, man. That video is great. We got to pull it up and share it for everybody to recap that moment. That's for sure. But it went up. I jumped out and went straight down and didn't even swim.
See, I wouldn't even climb up that.
But I got a question for you. Did anybody in the crew actually make it across on the rope? Besides Dan, of course.
I'm trying. Colenso, I think.
Did he?
I believe he did. I think Amigo did.
Huh. We're going to have to check the archives.
I believe he did. Yeah, because that kid's freakishly fit for,
Oh, yeah.
And he's so chill and mild and also you don't realize he's that
You don't want to
athletic.
piss that dude off. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. It's Zee and Chicken. We're hanging. If you're watching this, you're bored, you want to come hang out with us, come hang out with us. We really had nothing planned today.
Well, we did.
Well, we did, but, that's all going to happen tomorrow, but that's okay. And I do got to mention on Wednesday, Kate Devon's going to come in. She's an amazing talent. She was up for People Choice Award at the Syracuse Area Music Awards. And she's going to come in, hopefully play a couple songs for us and talk about her career. And she's doing really, really well out there. And she's young, and, that's what I love about all this young talent going on right now. They're out there, and they're really doing
And
it.
she's doing stuff with trampoline, Jetstream trampoline Jetstream.
See, you screw it up, too. It's Trampoline Jetstream.
Okay.
You know why? How I know it? And I just kind of, you got to keep saying it in your head.
Trampoline jet
stream. Trampoline jet stream. Trampoline jet stream. You know, that's the only way you're gonna. Who opened up for Red Sun Rising last night? I heard it was awesome.
Oh, right, that's right.
I heard they killed it last night with Red Sun Rising. So big ups to our boys from Trampoline Jetstream. But yes, Kate Devin has recorded with them in Big Blue.
And that's what I think is really cool is like, you know, these artists are collaborating with each other. You know, we're like you said before, they used to compete. Now they're actually working together and coming out with some, you know, really cool stuff. You know, it's good to see.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to support and help each other out, you know?
Yeah, especially in this town, man. You do.
Yep.
You do. So if you're hanging out and you're bored and you're watching this or you're listening to this, come on down. Come hang out.
They cut a great promo, too, by the way.
It was.
That was awesome.
It was. I got to redo it, though.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you later. I will tell you later,
but also, have you been watching the tournament?
Yeah, give it up for Cuse yesterday, huh?
What a game,
What
man.
a game. Now they got to play their foes, though.
Which, you know what?
This
I like
is good.
that.
I like their chances, though, because right now they got momentum.
It's a familiarity.
It's a familiarity, but the only thing is Duke really – and what's helped Syracuse get to the point that they're at right now is the 3-2 zone.
And you know what else I like, too, though, is that they're still the underdog. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. But like Duke already knows the 3-2 zone, so hopefully Cuse kind of switches it up. You know, they can maybe they pull a little trick on Duke, and they're very familiar with each other.
Right.
So we're gonna see what happens.
You know,
it's Thursday, right? They're playing Thursday. I think it's Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
I'm pretty sure.
Not 100. Yeah, I don't know. I just caught the last tail end of it because you know I was coming down here and I stopped over at my friend's house and. Watch the tail end of that game, and wow, right to the wire, you know, back and forth. I'm like, and you know what? Syracuse made foul shots, which is something you never really see.
Never.
And you know, you get that, you know, some of these big guys in there hitting foul shots, and you're like, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah.
And he drained them, and you're like, wow, this is so un-Cuse like.
Right.
And it was great, man. In the clutch.
And
they
they have no bench.
Right.
They have no bench, so they're doing this with 5 guys, 6 tops. Yeah, they're killing it. Hopefully, the momentum swings and we can march on into the Elite 8. But it's gonna be a great game against Duke.
Yeah,
Duke blew us out this year, and I say us because Syracuse. I bleed orange. Yeah. I bleed orange.
And you know what? Like, once you want to face your rival in a game like that, you're like, you know what? Take them on.
Yeah,
like that's who you want.
Let's do this, bitch.
Make your, you know, like, and as far as cementing our place in the ACC, you know what I mean? Like when you take out Duke in the tournament. That says something. That says we're here.
Yeah.
Even on a down year, we're here. And so I'm hoping to kick Duke's ass.
Me too. Yeah, baby. I love March Madness.
Yeah, that's when I really get into the.
Though if Syracuse wasn't this far, I probably wouldn't even give a shit right now.
I would still watch it.
I would watch the final game, and that's about it.
Yeah, like it gets kind of like you don't have that person to root for. Although I didn't see who won last night with what was that? The school, the 16 seed that took out the Virginia.
The from Baltimore, the UMBC.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah, we didn't talk about that, did we?
That was huge.
That was what, Friday night that happened, right? First time ever.
Yes.
Ever. We'll probably never see that again, Chicken. You know that?
It's insane. You know what'll happen? It'll happen next year. Now that it's never happened, it'll happen again like next year.
You think so?
Yeah. It's like Sammy Sosa beating the home run record, and then all of a sudden it got beat like 3 times that year.
Well, Bonds.
You know what I'm saying?
It was McGuire and then Bonds beat him, right? I hear what you're saying, but that was all due to steroids.
I'm just saying, you know, like stood for, you know, tons of years, and but
first time ever, history was created on Friday night, man. That was unbelievable. UMBC beating Virginia, and Virginia. I thought Virginia was gonna run through the tournament.
Dude, they didn't just beat them; they
stopped them by 21. They beat them by 21 points, and I thought Virginia was just gonna steamroll through everybody. I thought this was their tournament to win.
How about Silver's daughter was filling out her brackets and chose that Baltimore school?
Oh, really?
And he told her not to. He's like, no, honey, you got to change it. He made her change it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, she must have gave it to him good on that one.
I hope so. But did they win last night?
I didn't know. I don't know.
I started watching. I didn't see they were playing shit, I forget now. But
no idea, but
Cuse. They were right with them.
Yeah. That and Syracuse, you know, they're the only things I really, because I bartended on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Last Friday I had a bartender to fill in, and all the games were on, but I haven't watched ever.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't win. Thanks, Dave. Dave Rowe checking in. Another member of our fantasy baseball draft. You could tell they lost to Kansas State, he's saying. You could tell yesterday the mood, it was the day after St. Patrick's Day, and everybody was just like, I could not function as a human being for like 4 hours yesterday at all. And Dave, too. We were just like shot. It takes a lot out of you.
Oh, I know.
You might want to change the day of the draft. Might want to change the day of the draft.
I was sore head to toe, man. I was out of it all day.
Syracuse moving on to the Sweet 16.
Yes.
That's great. Unheard of, because they barely even made the tournament.
I mean, I sat here when we had on Shackleford in Bowie,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I don't think they're going to make it to the tournament. I didn't think they were going to get in.
Right.
And he said, no, they're going to get in. And you know what? They were confident that Syracuse was going to make a little run.
I love it.
So
We got to bring them back before the NCAA, before the Sweet 16.
Right. Right, give them a little extra luck.
Keep
maybe.
that juju going. Did you always root for Syracuse, or do you have a secondary basketball team?
No,
college?
actually, I only root for Syracuse. Like when it comes, I'm so much into the pros that it's hard for me to like follow other, because like how do you pick a college team other than the one that's closest to you? Syracuse is here, so that's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
And I used to watch them back when they had Sherman Douglas and Coleman and all those guys.
Of course.
And it was McPherson and all those guys. But
McPherson was the quarterback.
I know. Don McPherson.
Right.
Yeah, and Dick McPherson was the coach.
Right.
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. So you're talking
That era.
Gotcha.
It was all the same era almost. So, but like, how do you choose like another college? Like, how do you get an affiliation with another college? Because there's so many out there.
Yeah.
And then they go through so many different players. As soon as you start to like really follow a player in college, they're on to the pros or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so it's such a changeover that I found it hard to really follow. Same thing with basketball, football, the whole thing. So I root for Syracuse, but it's really hard for me to really follow anybody else.
My secondary team, and will always be the UNLV Running Rebels.
Because you lived in...
Well, because I lived there, but I even liked them before that with Stacey Augman and Larry Johnson, Greg Anthony. They were unbelievable. They were unstoppable. And then the year they lost to Duke, remember they lost to Duke in the Final Four or the Elite Eight or whatever that one year when they went undefeated? They went undefeated, and then they lost to Duke in the Elite Eight or something, and Duke went on to win in that. Or was it the Final Four? They might have lost in the Final Four. But anyhow, always root for that.
Right?
Then I moved, Jerry Tart the Shark. Then I moved to there and moved to Vegas, and we used to see like J.R. Ryder and Shawn Marion. And, so we used to go to a lot of games. I'll always root for UNLV. They're my secondary team. But Cuse, of course, number one in my heart, baby. Cuse will always be number one in the heart.
I doesn't mean I won't watch like the championship games and stuff. And just I like also like when you get into the Sweet 16 the 64 tournament or whatever 60, whatever they call it now. But
Sweet 16.
No, the entire tournament. I always like to root for those like small schools. Like when George Mason made a run, and sometimes Gonzaga makes a run.
There's always those unsung heroes.
Yeah, Butler. Like you kind of like
Davidson.
Yeah, you got to root for the small guys.
You do.
And then you get like some of those guys. That's how they make their career out of that run.
Uh-huh. Who was that? Was it Florida Atlantic Coast a couple years ago?
Yeah.
They made that run.
Yeah.
And then their coach ended up getting a job at the NBA from that.
And you look at it and like, who heard of that school? And then they started showing the campus on, and it's like a beautiful school, and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So you just imagine
or
that.
It's small and MVCC's bigger.
Yeah.
And
you're like, wow, that school made a run. And then I'm sure that helps with getting people to go to that school. And
recruiting, right?
Yeah. And I like, you see Duke all the time, and Kentucky and Kansas and all these other, Maryland.
North Carolina.
Yeah, they're always making these huge runs. But, like, when a small school can knock them off, like that Baltimore school did to Virginia, and it changes everything. And that's what I had a problem with the BCS. It's like you have these schools, they're number one. They're undefeated. So, like, some people they go on a run later in the year don't get a chance. Now that they got that little playoff situation, it's a lot better.
Top 4.
Yeah,
right.
But it's still kind of
I think they should expand it in college football. I think it should be the top 8.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it should be the top 8. Let them slug it out.
I like getting that dark horse team that makes that run late in the year, because you don't know. I mean, you're just gelling as a team. Sometimes maybe your quarterback went down or whatever.
How many brackets went down this week?
Oh,
tons. Just with Virginia losing alone, and then you had Marshall winning in the first round, and you had who was the other one that won in the first round? It was like a huge upset.
Well, you had Arizona State.
Arizona State. Who they lose? Buffalo. Right. Oh, I can't forget about the Buffalo. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, that just cut out.
Buffalo, yeah. They took down Arizona State.
That's right. Buffalo, Marshall, the one that beat
And
Virginia.
Syracuse took out Arizona, right?
Wiped out all the brackets. All the brackets. So not too many people out there winning money. Hola, gents. Happy Monday. Hi, Ray Ray. Thanks for checking in, sweetheart. Good to hear from you. Did you do anything on St. Patrick's Day? We got drunk. We got completely drunk.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished, but it's a good wake-up call for me, realizing that I just don't have it like I used to.
Yeah, but you know what? You had a dedicated day for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you knew going in that like by 5 o'clock you're gonna be sloppy.
By
drunk.
5 o'clock, I was drunk by noon.
I meant sloppy drunk. You know, like
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But I had a great time, though. It was good to see a lot of old friends.
oh yeah.
It's a lot of old friends.
I just, wish it was a tad bit warmer,
Mhm.
but you know what though? For the situation, the sun was out, people were out. We had a great time. My beers didn't freeze. At least they didn't get warm either.
You went to Piggy Bats and saw the Blarney Rebel Band. Yes. And hung on the couch by 8 o'clock. That a girl.
Yep.
And we were home kind of early, too.
Well, that's the thing about St. Patrick's. They shut the
You
street
get
down.
drinking early and you just go.
Yep.
You know, and then usually by, like you said, 5 o'clock, nobody's making any sense by 5 o'clock on St. Patrick's Day. Nobody.
Nope. They shut the street down, and you know what? You go home. You know, call a cab, call a friend.
What time? I think we left before everything really officially shut down. What time does everything officially shut down on Very Extreme?
It was like 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah, I actually was still clearing some stuff out of the bar.
I don't remember much. I
Um,
really don't. I remember one of the few things I do remember is Alex, our boy Alex, lining us up with shots of Jameson. And it was me and Addie and Todd, her husband, and a couple other people. And that's probably like the last thing I remember. And then we were trying to do like in the house type of interviews and stuff like that. And it just wasn't working, pal.
Through that bar, it's tough, man, because it was like elbows, assholes, like
Yeah.
you couldn't move, and then people were like, just having personal conversations, not realizing they were, being interviewed.
And it goes by so fast, though.
It does.
Right? Now, just think about it today. Today is March 19th. It's going to be spring in 2 days. These days
St.
are
Joseph's Day,
flying
right?
by. Yeah, this is Jesus' stepfather day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Happy Jesus' stepfather's day to everybody out there. And
Eat
who's
some
Italian.
pasta.
Yeah, eat pasta. And you got to eat the pastries, though. The pastries with the cherry on top with the whipped cream. That's what I call it. I call it Jesus' stepfather day.
Jesus stepfather day.
Yeah, you got to wear red. I got a little red in my shirt today. But anyhow, these days are flying by, right, Chicken?
Yeah.
It's gonna be March. It's gonna be April soon.
Yeah, we're gonna be Easter.
And
It's
as soon
coming
as
right
you
around
know
the
it,
corner.
baby, it's gonna be summer, and we're gonna be celebrating. We're gonna be at the brewery a lot this year, celebrating with all the great concerts that are happening at the brewery this summer. Oh, I can't wait. Summer, please get here quick, please, pretty please.
I know, right? Spring, man. Spring's like taking his freaking lazy ass time.
It'll be here as soon as you know it, though. Well, we won't get a spring. I guarantee we won't get a spring. It'll go right from winter to summer.
Yeah.
And we might get summer in like May, hopefully, but probably not. I'm thinking we're gonna get summer probably starting right around August 1st. That's when August is.
That's what happened last
That's when
year.
summer's gonna kick in, right?
We had about a week worth of summer.
Yeah, but if you remember, it was hot in a couple days in May too. We
Yeah.
were out on the streets
It
with
was
the mayor.
warmer in May than it was in June.
Do you remember when we did the cleanup
Yep,
with the
it
mayor?
was like 90 degrees.
It was like 90 degrees, and that was in the middle of May.
Yep.
That was last year. So the Earth is all off its axis. So when it's all off its axis, it changes the weather. It affects. It really does. This weather's all fucked up.
It's definitely fucked up.
It really is. But, yes, I saw Blues Traveler. Who else is playing? Did I miss an announcement? There's a lot of announcements out there, actually, for the ones I can tell you about. Dispatch. That's coming. That's going to be big. I think that's in July. Can I mention Revolution, right? That was announced. Did they say Taking Back Sunday? Thank you, Chicken.
That's announced.
There's going to be a bunch. I'm telling you, this ain't.
What about the
Dirty Heads, yes.
I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say it.
Yeah, Dirty Heads got announced, and you might see some of your old favorites. Wink, wink, and you might see something new there too this year. There's gonna be a couple things.
A lot more coming.
Lot more coming.
Okay.
Yep, a lot more coming. and a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of stuff
I
happening.
think I posted on Twitter. Twitter.
We're not gonna do. We can't spill the beans, you know. But read between the lines. But it's going to be a great summer at the brewery. I'm looking forward to all the nonsense that goes on down there and catching up with the Creative Concert family. We're busy over Creative Concerts. I don't know how much I'm going to be around. I don't know how much can be around this summer. I don't know. I might have to take EC Radio on the road with me.
Do some live interviews from backstage.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be out and about. Creative's got me busy this summer, so we'll be over at Piper Mill Island a lot. They've got this cool little venue in the New York State Fairgrounds. Black Label Society's coming there in July, and then like 12 shows at the brewery this year. Going to be a great summer, and I love the fact that all the stuff is getting announced right now because it gives you something to look forward to.
Well, you got to plan.
And you got to plan.
You got to plan your shows that you're going to go to.
Right.
Like that's what I'm trying to do right now is like I don't want – there's so many shows, and I got to figure out, like, how am I going to make each show that I want to go to?
Yeah.
But, you know.
And then Lakeview Amphitheater. We can't forget about them. There's a shit ton of shows coming to Lakeview. There's a bunch of shows always coming to SPAC and always Darien Lake and CMAC. So within a 3-hour radius of driving, you could probably see any great band.
And you also got Amagain that has shows up there. You got Ray Brothers that do a lot of shows over there.
Mm-hmm. The Westcott Theater. We can't forget about the
Saranac
Boys.
Thursdays. You know what I mean? Summerfest.
Summerfest coming up really soon,
Flower Fest. I mean, we got some stuff going on.
Yep.
And, like, I just want to strangle people when they say, there's nothing to do around here. Well, get off your ass and look, pal, because there's a ton of stuff coming around here.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of which ones I'm going to be able to make, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on.
And I'm excited to be a part of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a great summer, Chicken. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited here around the D. And we're going to spread the D all over this summer.
Yeah, our D's going everywhere.
Our D is going everywhere. Do we have any stickers left? Or did they all were they given out?
I do not know that.
I have a little pinch here. Where'd you put them in the bucket? Or did we give them all out?
I have no idea.
You don't know.
I just grab stuff and
either.
I pick things up and put them down.
That's true. That's true. I've come to grips with you're a loader.
Yes.
You're just here. Grab this, put this over there.
When we were all on stage,
we're not gonna trust you to plug things in.
Good. Yeah. See, and that's it. And that's what I said at where were we? Trip Fest. And I was talking to Joe Sweet, and I'm up on stage. I'm like, I don't know what anybody's doing. They're asking me for stuff, and I have no idea what it is. And so I go over and I'm talking to him like, dude, I just wait for them to tell me, pick this up and bring it in the car. And that's what I do. I pick things up.
Pick things up and put them down.
Because you got like you, Gabe, Roscoe, like a bunch of people that know, you know, Mega, Lance, you know, you guys all know what the heck things are. And like, oh, and you call everything by name. And I'm like, I have no idea what that is. And you're like, whatever. You guys do your thing. I'll wait.
I'll wait till you tell me to carry something.
Yes. Yes. It's better that way.
You're the ox.
Get me out of the way.
You're the ox.
Yep.
But a lot to look forward to, though. Lots to look forward to. Summerfest. I'm looking forward to that. Genius putting together a great lineup for that.
Mm-hmm.
All the shows at the brewery. We're going to be locked into a lot of those. On top of just everything going on around town. There's
so much stuff. And I'm sure, you know, other friends of ours like B&B Designs are going to have a bunch of stuff going on.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you know, and then you get the Adirondack Scenic Railroad stuff going on. And I mean, there's so much to do come summertime in this area.
We got to hop on a train.
Yes, we do.
We need a train. And I want to do another pub crawl with Sumner, too. So I can really prove on how much of a lightweight I really am. I don't know how you guys do it anymore. You know, you reach that certain age where you start to lose a few steps.
Mm.
Have you lost any steps?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have.
Definitely.
You have to.
But
how was your recovery day on Sunday from St. Patrick's Day?
I was a little slower, but like I was more sore than anything.
Just sore?
Yeah, because
not like mentally, you know.
Well, when you wake and bake, it's kind of
yeah, that's true. That helps.
And that was like definitely was.
Drink lots of water.
Yeah, and then a Red Bull.
You know, here's my PSA of the day. For anybody out there, and you want to cure a hangover, you know my go-to thing is, and I didn't have this remedy at all on Sunday, and I should have. I should have practiced. I should have went to the store and bought some. Well, go out and get yourself some Pedialyte. You drink a whole thing of Pedialyte before you go to bed when you're drinking at night. You drink a whole thing, you feel like $1,000,000 the next day.
You know what else too? You could do is coconut water
Coconut water works
because
too.
it hydrates you. You know.
Yeah, it rehydrates you.
But
Pedialyte just pumps you full of vitamins, hydrates you, and you feel like $1,000,000. But you drink it before you go to bed, like just when you're before you're ready to pass out. Now, when you're wasted and shit, you don't think, oh, I gotta drink some Pedialyte before I go to bed. You know, so just put it by the nightstand. You know, have yourself already set up before you go to bed.
I always say eat something before you go to bed. Make sure you have something to eat and drink water. Like you have to drink some sort of water. And but then in the morning when you got a hangover, smoke a bowl. You have to.
It helps, but it doesn't 100% cure me.
Well, then you need a real Red Bull, like a bowl and a Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Or
not a fan.
Drink your yuba mate or whatever you call it.
Dude, I had a whole thing yesterday. Still couldn't get right.
Really?
A whole thing. You know me and my yerba. I'm starting to fly right now. I got half of this down. Hilarious. Ray saying Orange Crush soda.
Then she's saying peppermint oil behind the ears right before you start drinking. Works every time.
Wow, I'll try that.
Really?
Little oil herbal remedy right there. Oil
That's
remedies
interesting.
are the shit, bro. They really are. They really do cure some shit.
Oh yeah, I just never heard that one. I wonder what it does.
I'm gonna try that. Peppermint oil. I have to get some peppermint oil. Thanks, Ray.
I mean, do you still get drunk? I mean, you still getting pretty drunk, or just like helps with the hangover?
So you do it right before you go to bed, huh? Oh, before you start drink. Huh? Then you got to smell like Tiger Bomb all day. You give somebody a hug, they're like, "Oh, are you okay?"
Yeah.
Thinking you got aches and pains, you smell like Preparation H, or what was that other one?
Bengay.
Bengay, thank you.
Yeah. Which has got to be the worst marketing name ever. Like, who wants to buy something called Bengay?
Right.
You know, like.
Well, back then, gay had a different meaning.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, back in the day, it was a different meaning than what it means today. She's saying, talk to Cooney. You can get it at Penis Cornucopia. Get as drunk as you need to, and it works. And just kind of put it behind the ear. I'm going to try some. What about Tiger Bomb, though? Is that its substitute, or does it have to be peppermint oil? Does Tiger Bomb, you ever put Tiger Bomb on?
No.
Like, if you get a headache or something, you put it on the spot, you know, and it actually kind of takes the pain away a little bit. Tiger Bomb's the shit, too. Well, if all your friends smell the same, it doesn't matter.
Depends on where you are.
All my friends smell like weed.
And patchouli.
and Utica Club. I hate patchouli. I'm not a fan of patchouli. It smells like cat piss. It really does. I'm not a fan of patchouli.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
Yeah.
Like, like those oils and, incense and stuff like that.
If you got an ailment, for sure, use it, you know?
But patchouli, I can't dig that.
I don't like it either. Not a fan. It does. It smells like cat piss.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like if you were to go away on vacation and you left your cat home alone for like 7 days and you mixed piss in with the kitty litter and then next to the fucking Morris Meow cat food that's right next door to the piss in the litter box, that smells like
But with a hint of incense. You got to have that, like, hint of incense in there, too.
Oh, my God. Some people overdo it. And, hey, to each his own. They want to smell like patchouli. They want to smell like patchouli. Piss and dirt, Ray saying. But it really does. It kind of, some people overdo it. I can understand maybe a scent. You haven't showered for a day. A little dab will do you. It's like Brill cream. But at the end of the day, you still smell like cat piss.
Yeah. Not a big fan.
No, me neither.
What is your scent of choice? Like
Degree.
Cologne?
I don't cologne. I don't cologne. Not at all. I think the last time I put cologne on was like a wedding or something.
See, when you
I think cologne smells different on me. Like everybody else, I was like, wow, you smell great. But I think I got a pheromone that gives it off a different scent because I always smell like garlic or something, you know? So it kind of like counteracts with it. Like my sweat and that cologne counteracts, and it just becomes this putrid smell kind of. So that's why I don't wear any cologne. Plus, sometimes it'll make me break out. I got sensitive skin.
Spray it on your clothes. Don't spray it on your skin.
Do you like to smell like cologne?
I do.
You do?
I don't like to smell like blunt. You know what I mean? Like that happens, and you smell like dirty blunt. So, cologne is good, but it's also like, I don't ever want to be the smelly kid. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
People walk by, man, that dude stinks.
You know what? I try to stay away from that. Degree. That's my deodorant of choice. What's your deodorant of choice?
I'm a Old Spice.
Have you been using it your whole life?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like my whole life I've been
Yeah.
using Degree ever since that
Well,
product came out.
I mean, I tried different kinds over the years, but I think I started with Old Spice and went to a couple different other ones. And I don't like the streaks that the other ones leave, and I like the smell of the Old Spice a little bit better. They got different, the newer flavors, the swagger and all that. So,
Right on. Yeah, that's the same with me, man. I've been using the same deodorant forever, and that's my scent of choice.
right.
I don't
Okay.
like cologne. I'm not a
What
cologne
about
fan.
soap?
Whatever's in the
I'm an
soap.
Irish Spring guy.
Yeah, that's what we got too.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I had to switch ones because I was dating a girl who was allergic to it,
Oh yeah.
which threw me all off. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna
Do
use
you
now?
whistle too when you're in the shower, like the commercials?
Yeah, don't you? I do.
No.
Yeah, I do just like that.
Clean as a whistle. With, is that how it went? Something like that. Who knows? We have no idea what's going on today. If you're bored, you want to come and hang out with us, please stop on down. Come and hang out with us. I would love to see some of my friends just barge into the studio. Where's Chris Mandry when you need him?
Pink Snyder.
Pig Schneider for sure. But yeah,
Is-
we have nothing planned today.
we
Well,
should
we
get
did, but
we
they.
should get Mandry to do the mud run.
All right. Remember his appearance on, what was it, Go the Distance on WKTV last year? Oh, my God, that was epic. There's never going to be a better candidate for Go the Distance than Chris Mandry. WKTV should have just stopped doing that. Right after Mandry was done, they should just like, okay, we're done. Like, we've seen it all. We have seen it all.
It's like, yeah, you can't top it. Who are you gonna top it with?
No, you can't. You can't top it. Let's see. Masucci's sending us a link. And this link is. It's hard to do with the new board and stuff.
Action. In the morning, I splash it on, and it makes me smell mainly.
Smeal. That's great, Masucci. Thanks for the
Is that from Rocky?
For the Rocky, yeah, it makes
He's
me.
like, I could see
smell.
like a beagle or something.
Hey, yo, you ain't gotta be messing with me or anything, huh?
You don't use Sex Panther?
Nah, man.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
You know who's just checking in is my man DJ Bizz. Now that man smells good all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever
would-
smell Jacoby?
Not
I
on
feel like
purpose.
he's got. Well, he could just walk into a room and be like, "Man, he smells good." Some people it smells good.
I feel
on.
like that's
You
Amigo
know what I
for
mean?
me. Whenever I see Amigo,
Amigo, yeah.
Man, he smells good.
See, some people it smells good. Like my counteraction with my scent, my pheromones just throw that scent off. It doesn't smell like it should.
How do you know that?
I do know that.
Did somebody tell you you smell bad?
I just know.
Because I don't think you can smell yourself.
Yes, you can smell yourself, especially when you got cologne on. When you got cologne on, you can smell yourself.
Well, you can smell the cologne.
Yeah, it don't smell like the cologne that I purchased. It smells different in the bottle than it does on me.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It does.
maybe change different kinds.
It's my pheromones. I bleed garlic, I think. It's
Get
all
off the
that-
high karate and try a different brand.
I don't like high karate. I don't. I do not own not one bottle of cologne. You will not find one bottle of cologne in my living room or my dresser or even in the medicine cabinet. You won't find it.
So, like, when
I
you're
don't
like
like cologne.
in the car, like, smelling like an ashtray, you don't like throw a couple squirts on.
When do I smell like an ashtray?
Well, being in a bar or being like like
Nobody
in a car.
smokes in bars anymore.
People smoking cars and shit, and
Just Cabe.
and
The only one.
when you're feeding the birds,
Mm-hmm.
you're out there, and you're in a confined area, you smell just like it. So,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it is too for me. Is like I used to work, with the public, working for the selling cell phones, and people come up and they smell like they just smoked a blunt, probably because they just did.
Right.
So you're like, dude, throw a little cologne on.
I got a hand sanitizer.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, it does.
How does that make your clothes smell?
Hand sanitizer and gum. You just chew on the gum because usually it comes from your breath where the
But
pot.
it's in your clothes too.
It's on your hands too.
Oh,
Hand sanitizer. and
true,
gum.
but your clothes still stink.
Is that our tip for the day on how to cover up the pot smell?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, but yeah, I mean, so I don't know. That's why I'm a big fan of the cologne. You
Yeah,
gotta change it. You don't want to smell like dirt.
But Bizz, he smells good all the time. He'll walk in here and he'll freaking I just got drunk off a client who walked into my office. That's funny. Why he just smelled of alcohol, probably.
Oh, there's a limit though, people, with the cologne. I mean, just
yeah, there's so many people that just get out there and overdo it.
They just wear it, man.
Overdo it, and I know a lot of people that overdo it. It's like, can you just not?
I mean, just
and then when they
that's all
hug
you
you, it's on you, and then you smell like them the rest. Like to
like-
me, that's disrespectful.
Like some of these old ladies, like we all had that teacher that would spray like that old lady perfume.
Yeah.
It smells like powder and flowers. You know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
it's just like, oh my god, it's just like old lady perfume, and it lingers.
Smelled
And
like the Velveteen Dream.
she'll walk by, and the entire room just smells like old lady perfume. That and whatever the strippers use.
What's a good? Yeah, strippers use coconut oil body spray and fucking Newports.
It's like you get the stripper scent on you, and somehow glitter just appears everywhere.
Or cotton candy body spray.
Yeah.
Cotton candy body spray.
Electric Youth.
What's a good old lady perfume though? Like, what did your grandmother use? I can't even remember what my grandmother used.
I don't even know, man.
I can't remember. Chanel No. 9 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Depends how old she is. Maybe Chanel No. 4.
What's a good old lady perfume? I want to know that. Somebody out there can chime in on that for me, please. That would be great. I know what an old man, like Brute. Like, if I smell Brute, it reminds me of my Uncle Dan.
Brute?
Brute,
Yeah.
you remember Brute by Fabergé? You know?
That shit smelled like deer piss.
Deer piss.
That shit was pungent,
It smelled
man.
like my Uncle Dan. I think that's Bizz checking in on the D right there. He says just a little bit on the body works good. And not for me, pal. Definitely doesn't. White Diamonds, that's a good old lady perfume. Masucci saying White Diamonds, too.
Is that what you wear, Masucci?
What it was like, there was like some France Chanel. Wasn't that like an old one? Or
I have no idea.
I can't remember. I'm not versed in the world of perfumes.
And then their commercials are all fucked up.
Right.
You know? But what about, oh, I just had it too and I forget. I know Liz Claiborne's got to have one out there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Liz
Something-
Claiborne. Yeah, see, I can't even think right now. I wish I could look at my
Is it
grandmother's.
Navy?
Navy, that's an old lady's. Navy? Really? That's an old lady perfume? That sounds like the.
If you like semen, spray Navy all over you.
A good old lady perfume. I want the one that my grandmother used, and I can't think of it. It's driving me crazy. White linen. I think that's a fabric softener.
White
right?
linen.
White linen. There's so many different
Mothball.
That smells like my grandmother's attic right there all day.
Yeah, Italian grandma.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, my Italian grandma. Every time I smell mothballs, I think of grandma.
And my grandfather used to use Old Spice. That was his go-to. And he had the old school bottles, and of course there was a little bottle of Brute on his nightstand as well.
Brute.
I don't know, there was something with Brute in my family.
English leather.
English leather, thank you. That's a good one. English leather. That was the other one too on my grandfather's nightstand.
High karate.
High karate. Yeah, business saying yes, it's Navy. It smells like mothballs and embalming fluid. That's Ray Ray checking in saying that. White linen. That is definitely what my grandma used to smell like. That, and she smelled like garlic too. But she was constantly cooking. Funny stuff. What was another old lady? I keep wanting to go back to Fabergé. That was Brute. I don't know. We'll have to watch the old commercials. Remember the old commercials that used to pop up?
Yep.
And for some reason, they would pop up on, like, Saturday morning cartoons. Like, why are you trying to promote cologne when
To
kids are... Yeah.
Maybe they figure mom might be watching with the kids, maybe? I don't know.
Who the hell knows? I don't know. Chicken, let's take a break, man. I got to pee.
All right.
I've been drinking all this. Let's come back and who knows? You hang and see.
Hey, it's Adeline Van Dyke from Coldwell Banker Faith Properties in Utica. I always get asked, why do I love real estate? It's very simple. I love my clients. I love every single thing about helping them find or sell their home. Making sure the home is solid and ready for sale or solid and ready for the buyer's inspection. To making sure that they're getting the best rate on their mortgage. Making sure they're getting the best price on their house. You know, just everything involved in the sale is vital. My absolute favorite part of real estate is when a buyer walks into the house they're going to buy. I can feel it before they even know they're loving the house. It's just that obvious. So I'd love to experience that feeling with you. So give me a call. Adeline Van Dyke, Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-404-6431. Or you can find me on Facebook or visit my website at centralnewyork.com/Adeline. Thank you, and I look forward to welcoming you home.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Passalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Passalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Passalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Passalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.
In the Mohawk Valley, for the best real estate service, you gotta have faith. Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-735-2222 or www.centralnyhomes.com.
Attention listeners, EC Radio is not responsible for unwanted pregnancies, alcoholism, domestic situations, missing brain cells, amplified voices in your head, weakened bladders, bloodshot eyes, STDs, PTSDs, ADHD, HIV, ESPNs, CNNs, rapid head movements, and spontaneous human combustion.
You have no education, you have no interest, you just do whatever reckless thing you want to do, whenever you want to do it, without regard for anyone else. Oh, and when you're not terrorizing the community with your impulsive escapades, you're being a total jerk to your family.
You're listening to EC Radio on the Disruption Network. Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you'll. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
Want to thank attorney Nick Passalacqua for sponsoring our St. Patrick's Day party over at O'Donnell's this past Saturday. If you need legal help quick, you better call Nick. Passalacqua & Associates, you can reach him at 315-500-NICK. Or you can reach him online, cnytriallaw.com. Thank you, Nick, for believing in Disruption, EC Radio, and the whole crew here on the D, baby. Also got to thank John Liebing, too, for coming up with this song.
Getting it stuck in my head all the time?
It's in my head, too. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I hear it. And, like, it's my walk to the bathroom. Like, when I got to piss, I just keep hearing EC Radio.
Disruption Network.
I miss John Liebing. If you're out there, champ, and you're watching this, please come on the show soon. Please. Pretty please. It is Monday. Here, we let John close this up. Big finish right there. Big finish. Thank you, John Liebing. It is Monday, and Monday here on the D, we have Home Free Podcast with Adeline Van Dyke. And her guest tonight, do you know her guest tonight?
No, she wouldn't tell me.
She won't tell you?
She wouldn't tell me on air. Yes.
He's the resident Yoda of Disruption Network.
No.
And your partner and mine,
T-Will?
T-Will will be on Home Free tonight. We're talking about the Abigail fundraiser, and they're going to make the announcement of the first fundraiser that we're doing for our documentary.
Nice.
We got plans in action, and they're going to make the announcement tonight on Home Free, right around 7 o'clock, with our good friend Adeline Van Dyke and T. Will, the Yoda of the Disruption Network.
He definitely is, too. Yoda / MacGyver, you know.
I think he got fed up with us on St. Patrick's Day. He's like, all right, we're done. I would have. He puts up with a lot from me and you. And
Oh, when he's taping a heater to the post so he could keep his cameras warm enough to run.
yeah, it got a little sketchy on Saturday on St. Patty's Day. But Todd's the man.
Yeah.
He is. Todd's the man. He's smart, too. And if you need a video done for your band or you want to have Todd come in and film your wedding or bar mitzvah or whatever, Todd will come in and do that for you. Appleboxvideo.com. Check him out. And he's the brain and the brainchild, and not the brainchild, but the master around here, that's for sure. With all these technical equipment and all this shit, I'm still trying to figure everything out. But
Can't spell for shit.
no, he can't spell for shit. And,
But he does it all, man. He redesigned his studio.
Yeah, and he's putting Toast back together. The
Yes.
band Toast is coming back together really soon, too.
He figured, you know what? I sleep maybe 3 hours. I don't need that. Let me start a band.
I don't need to sleep. No, I'm just going to start a band, yeah.
Yeah. Seems like a good idea.
But his band is getting back together. Him, Pat Orlowski, a great friend of ours. And it was great to hang out with Pat on St. Patrick's Day over at O'Donnell's. And Bear and his brother and Toast is going to be rocking, bro. The lineup they have as far as musicianship goes, wow, it's going to be insane. Insane. So I'm looking forward to see what Toast does.
I remember when they played at the EC one time. They did like a reunion at the EC and they killed it.
Yeah,
they
played
did. They had a huge set list too, man. Stuff I didn't think.
All over the place, too. They do 90s. They do some rock from
Yep.
today. They'll do, some classics. They even play Slayer. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't heard anybody play Slayer out. It's very unusual.
They do Faith No More.
Yeah.
They are all over
Yeah.
the place. They are definitely all over the place. So check your local listings for Toast when they're out and about. I'm sure they're going to be around really, really, really soon. In fact, you might get some information on that tonight if you tune into Home Free Podcast.
Or if you just bombard the comment section and keep asking him over and over.
Yeah.
He'll finally give.
Toast was like a legendary CNY band for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They were around for years, man, playing all up and down the valley. They were doing their thing. And they're back doing their thing. And our boy, the Yoda Williams. He needs a nickname.
Yeah, we gotta.
I mean, we do call him Yoda and shit like that, but he definitely needs a nickname.
We gotta come up with something.
And figure it out.
We gotta have the listeners figure it out. Have them throw in suggestions.
Yeah.
But but it's one of those things when you're trying to think of a name, like a nickname,
it never just comes off.
It never just comes off the top of your head.
Never.
Well, actually, no, it does. But when you're not thinking about it, you know what I mean?
Well, no, something usually has to happen,
right,
for you to acquire that nickname. Hence the name Z. Like the stupid. I just told some dude my name was Z, and now you're Z now, and it's stuck. Yeah, and that's how it happens. It's just like something stupid.
And I remember I was getting in a car down in Florida, and I go to our friend Lance. I'm like, move over, Pugsley. And it just stuck.
Right.
Like, other people heard it.
Well,
and then
that fits him.
It fits him perfectly, right? So, that kind of sticks. And that's how a name comes about. You can't, these guys that try to give themselves a nickname, it doesn't work. Somebody's got to give you the nickname, and it's got to be, right.
Right.
You know what I mean? For it to last. And I think that after a while, I just know somebody's going to say something to Todd and call him by another name, and it's just going to stick. It's just got to happen organically, I think.
It's got to happen organically. It's got to happen organically. Our boy Tommy Borgia, my favorite Atlanta resident, checking in. He says Toast rules. He remembers them from back in the day. I'm sure Tommy went to a lot of their shows. There was a great music scene back then, man, where there's so many more places to play. Everybody was out and about. It's just all the bands didn't get along. Our boy JP Miller checking in, the Crown Network. What's up, buddy? You did a thing with him.
Yes, I did.
How'd that go? When are we going to hear that?
That was it Wednesday.
Wednesday?
It was cool, man. It was fun. He's pretty laid back. That's what I like. We had a couple beers. We shot the shit.
Good. You went to Deep Vapors, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Deep
that
Vapors
place is awesome.
Right there in
you see all
Herkimer.
All the gadgets he has around the place, and he's
Yeah,
got
really
a lot
cool
of stuff to look
yeah.
at.
I was checking everything out. It was pretty cool, man.
A lot of stuff.
Nice
he says
place.
it's airing tomorrow night.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
I'll have to check that out. I felt bad though because I had limited time, because I was in between EC Radio and then I had to be back here, by 8:30 to do the baseline. So I didn't have a whole lot of window of time for them to, really get into stuff. So I felt kind of bad. I had to cut things short, man. Sorry about that, bro. You know.
Awesome. Make sure you share it with us, Jay. We'll definitely share that around. And cool, man. What'd you guys talk about?
Oh man. Talked about guns a little bit. Touched on that situation. We talked a little bit about 9/11. Like where we were when it happened and how it affected type thing, and just
Oh, you got in depth.
well, getting deep.
Yeah.
Getting deep. That's
All
what
right.
he does.
He said it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a good time. Anytime, brother. I'll come. You want to do it again? I'll do it. You want to come in? We'll do.
We should have hit Jeff up to come in today.
I guess he's got Tommy Drama coming in soon.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Tommy Drama.
That should be a kind of a fun one.
Speaking of drama, tomorrow, Back Talk at 11 a.m. will be in full effect with Back Talk.
It was good to see Tommy out on St. Patty's Day.
Out about it, great time.
Yeah, I kept calling him Minnie McGinney.
Minnie McGinney, that's great, man. JP saying you guys got in depth. You guys got deep.
Yeah, we got deep.
That's cool.
Deep vapors.
And that's what the conversation is the basis on, right? Just getting really deep.
Tommy is on the 15th, he says.
Tommy's on the 15th. Cool.
Nice.
Cool. April 15th. Check that on. That's tax day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, April 15th. Yes, sir. Tommy and JP chopping it up. I thought you guys deleted each other on Facebook or something. I feel like Tommy is the most unfriended person in all of social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of close to it.
And it's funny, he's walks up and you see a girl walk by and you go, see that girl? I'm like, yeah, she deleted me after an hour I was her friend.
He had a couple of those on
I'm like,
Sunday,
how do you
on
do it
Saturday.
after an hour, dude? What do you say that really pisses these chicks off? I guess you probably shouldn't open with a dick pic.
No, he don't. He's embarrassed by his penis. Anyways.
Just kidding.
We will definitely spread that and share your
Yes.
interview with Deep Vapors and Jeff, JP Miller, my man. Herkimer. Herkimer's a weird town, but I feel like Herkimer's starting maybe coming back a little bit. No?
Me and Herkimer are not friends.
Oh, that's right. Here we go again.
So.
We know all about you and Herkimer.
Yeah, we're not friends.
No.
My buddy Greg Randall from down in Florida is checking in. What's
Oh,
up, buddy?
Yeah, he's an old friend too, man.
Yeah.
He's an old friend. I've known Greg since we were kids, man. Thanks for checking in, Greg. Good to hear from you. He says he has a model dancer coming on with him to teach us a Michael Jackson move. Who? Drama has a model dancer coming on with him, and he's going to teach you Michael Jackson moves.
I want to see Drama dancing.
I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Drama's got a model coming on, and they're going to do Michael Jackson. Do you believe that?
What up, dog?
What
Big
up,
dog.
Greg? Good to hear from you, man. Thanks for checking in. Berliner sucks, as always. What's that? Berliner?
I don't know. I didn't get that one.
I don't know what that one is. I'm sorry, Ray. You're going to have to spell that one out for us. Berliner sucks, always has. Maybe it's supposed to say Herkimer.
Maybe.
Yeah. Is that a typo? We got to figure out. That could be a good bit for us, too. Have people chime in and try to figure out what they actually mean. Because I've done this a couple times today, actually.
Dude, I would love to do that for people at the bar. Oh, my God. They get drunk and they just, mumble.
I was right. Ring me the bell. It was Herkimer.
You speak Ray.
Actually, Herkimer has never back in the 90s, that was a lot of fun to go hang out in Herkimer. I had a ball in Herkimer back in the day.
That's where I went to college.
A lot of fun. And it was always a vibrant, party scene. It was. Back in the 90s, from talking, from 95 to even 2000, until I opened the bar, because I didn't really go to Herkimer after I opened the EC
That's a
much.
town that, though, needs some help.
Yeah, it does.
It needs some rejuvenation.
Mhm.
I used to go to college out there in the mid-90s.
I feel like the whole town needs Abigail.
Yes, it does,
Man,
man.
gotta give Herkimer an Abigail.
I had a store. I went there in college, and it was, like you said, a vibrant town. There was shops all up and down Main Street. And then when I opened up my cell phone store right on Main Street, there was a nail salon right across the street. I'm like, awesome. That's really busy. So I'll probably get awareness. People come in and see my store, blah, blah, blah. And then it shut down. The owner of the building never paid his bills or something to that effect. I don't know the whole story, but the guy had no water, no heat, nothing.
Wow.
So he ended up having to move his operation across town, and then it was just this vacant, empty building right across the street. And they got so bad that they put a park bench out. In the first year, park bench was out. People were just lining up, hovering there with all their kids, yelling, swearing, fighting in front of my store, to the point where I told the city to take it out. I actually had him remove a bench. My landlord's like, "Why'd you have him remove the bench?" I'm like, "Because all I got was filth. People yelling and swearing that people didn't want to walk into my store because they had so many people yelling, swearing, shit on the sidewalks."
Yeah.
I don't know.
JP's saying it's Herkimer is number 6 in crime per capita in New York State. That doesn't surprise me. What's the population in Herkimer? 10,000?
Oh, I don't know. It's a shame though, because there's a lot of history in Herkimer, and there's something HCCC is like, a really good school. They bring in a lot of people from outside the area.
Always good sports programs too.
Right.
They always win in soccer. They win in lacrosse every year.
And it just seems like a shame that they can't get the proper businesses in there to stick around.
JP's saying 8,000. That's the population. Wow, it's diminishing quick, huh? Ray saying Banditos, Brownies, Southside Pub. Those were fun bars. They were a lot. Those were a lot of fun. I had a great time at those bars. Rendy's, when he had his place over there as well, and before Brownies was called something else too. Wasn't there a hotel?
The Glory Days.
Glory Days. That was another one.
Deneen's.
Deneen's. Thank you. And how many teeth collectively?
That's 6,452.
Oh, nice. Chicken just figured it out. There's 8,000 people in Herkimer, and there's only 6,000 teeth. I love it. Chicken just figured it out. Unreal. But back in the day, that was a fun town to party in. It really was. And then it went downhill quick. It's unfortunate. Like a lot of these upstate New York. Look at Little Falls. Little Falls, I feel like, is on the comeback, though. They're starting to get a little...
Everything's downhill in Little Falls. Well, it depends on where you go. It's always uphill.
Right, because it's so hilly. But no, actually, Little Falls is coming back a little bit.
Are they?
Yeah, they got a cute little downtown area and on the waterfront and stuff. I mean, I think Herkimer should take a page from what Little Falls is doing right now. They got some pretty cool festivals and craft fairs and stuff, for the older folks. But that shit's cool. I mean, it gives you something to do in town.
Right. I always like going out to Beardsley Castle.
Oh, it's the
we used
best,
to do that for Halloween. I don't think they do that anymore, but man, they used to have a great Halloween
I think they
party.
do. It's just you don't really hear much about it anymore.
Last time I've heard, they hadn't done it in a couple
Beardsley
years.
Castle was like the greatest place to have like a wedding or some sort of party. We used to have some wild parties in that carriage house back there. We used to have wild parties in that carriage house back in the day, and everybody could just camp out and sleep overnight because he didn't want you driving. Because it was out in the boonies. You're way out in the sticks when it comes to Beardsley Castle. So he didn't want anybody driving out of there. So it was like, hey, you're more than welcome to crash. You just put up a tent or sleep in your car. Just make sure you're not.
And it's all haunted, so
it is all
you're never alone.
And I'm glad you bring that up. Chicken, I remember one night I'm taking a piss, right? And I'm outside of the carriage house, and I'm looking up, and there's that window in the castle because the carriage house is out back of the castle. And there's that window, like the attic window, and I'm looking up, and there's just this spirit or this ghost sitting there looking at us. And I'm peeing, go, whoa. And it wasn't the alcohol or the drugs that I was on. I did see a ghost at Beardsley Castle.
Yeah. Did you ever look it up and read the history of Beardsley Castle? It burned down, 3 times, I believe? Not burned down, but caught on fire. And, 3 times.
Wow.
And there's some really spooky shit about that place.
Yeah, I know. Had some great times in that joint. Ray saying Garlic Festival. That's in Little Falls. And that's huge, too. They do that every year. JP's checking in and says, cops killed the bar scene in Herkimer. They're posting out and writing DWIs. Yeah, they're probably posted up right there on the Route 5. And,
got them any way they got to go.
Some of that is entrapment. I do remember the cops being, pretty rough in Herkimer. I do. And rightfully so, though. They got a tough job to do. I'm a police supporter. I will always support the police. Are there bad cops out there? Absolutely. Absolutely. But, there are some great cops out there, too. And, I've had relatives that are cops. I have relatives on the force right now. But I definitely support the cops. Got good friends.
Seen them out there on Saturday, freezing their ass off, protecting us.
And some in SWAT gear.
They looked a little warmer, though.
They were definitely. It was like RoboCop, dude.
That was crazy.
That
was nuts. I mean, I was talking to my brother last night, and I sent him a picture of the guys in full riot gear, and he's like, man, that must have been just such a quick downer, because everyone's having fun, you're in the street drinking, you're doing your thing, you're in your own little world, and then you see this, martial law type presence walking down the street, and they're like shoulder to shoulder, and obviously it was done in a hey, we're here type of thing, don't don't fuck around on our
It
watch.
was just for a presence type of thing.
Right.
I think, the day and age, we talked about this in the first hour, the day and age that we're living in, it was good to see, but it's still kind of surreal to see, too, at the same time.
But it's also like, man, you're having a good time. You see that, and you're just like, oh, I don't know if I want to be here right now.
Right.
So it's like, one part of it I'm like, okay with it. Another part I'm like, man, maybe we shouldn't be so.
It's a fucked up world we live in,
Yeah,
Chicken.
like going to a Guns N' Roses concert, and I got to see guys with machine guns out front. You know what I mean? You're like, man, military presence. For a Guns N' Roses concert. But now St. Patty's Day. But then there's the other end of it. And it's like, well, would you not want them to be there?
True. Speaking of St. Patty's Day, I hopped over to Wakely's on St. Patty's Day. I see Paul Ciola checking in. I got to give big ups to him and the hospitality. They roll out the red carpet for
they're
us
awesome
every time
people.
we go in there. And we're talking about throwing a party there, which we will down the road. We'll figure that out. But Wakely's, man, I love that joint. And I think what Paul and his wife Marissa are doing over there is awesome.
Yes.
And I know they got out of the gate, with a bad stigmatism about not using your cell phones and dress code and stuff like that. But they have done away with all that.
Absolutely.
And Wakely's is carrying on the music thing over there. They've got some great bands over there.
It's funny when we were setting up, and you're like, who the hell is playing Metallica? I'm like, dude, that's Wakely's.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, man, it's great.
Yeah, because it definitely would not be coming from Nail Creek.
No.
Yeah, you would never, ever hear Metallica coming out of Nail
But it was
Creek.
so good in the morning. We're setting up, and Metallica's playing. I'm like, yeah, all right. Like, I can get in this. And like, it was coming from Wakely's. I'm like, awesome,
Yeah, they do a great job over there. So I highly support Wakely's.
Absolutely.
Go there, check them out, 700 Varick Street, my old stomping grounds.
It's clean. It's
clean.
nice.
And everybody's so cool. We had a great time over there. Mega came over with us. We were dancing around. And
all right, people, they let Mega in. If they let Mega in, you're good. You know what I mean? But they're drafts, man. Like, I'm not a draft fan. Like, I don't drink beer in a draft, but for a lot of reasons. But I go over to Wakely's, and it's served in a nice. They usually give you like the ice mug, and it's like nice clean tap. It's probably one of the best UCs.
Todd, yeah, that cut out. He's doing something right now. We're doing a little maintenance in the middle of the show. Wakely's, great place, man. Go check it out. At 700 Varick Street.
Yep.
Love it. Last time we went in there, he let us go in the basement because I just wanted to see if there was anything still kicking around. And wow, it's still creepy down there. It's still pretty creepy.
But the place looks beautiful, man.
It does. It does. And the other day he had a DJ going, and Malcolm, our boy Malcolm Parker, was playing drums to it. So that was really cool. And let me tell you something. Malcolm is like a very unpolished gem in this town, and that kid is super beyond talented. He plays keys. He plays drums.
Great guy,
he can
too,
sing.
man.
Great guy. So humble. Great dude to hang out with. So I got to hang out with Malcolm a little bit, and then having Mega bouncing around at Wakely's was kind of funny. And all he kept on saying was like, "Z-Bar, I was never here when you owned this place. I was in jail." And of course, Tori comes walking in. We walk in, and what's the first song come playing on? I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie, which is my girl's favorite song. And she was dancing around, and I'm like, okay, we know this is the spot right now.
That's so funny.
She loves it. She loves it. So it was cool.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. Like,
great people.
Real nice. It's a fun place. I don't, like, it's going to be my new little hideout. When I want to, like, ditch out for someplace and don't want to, like, deal with douchebags on the strip.
You go across the street.
Yes. Absolutely.
Just go across the street.
That was, you know what? And I'm happy that they're there and they're doing what they're doing because that was my escape from the douchebags. You know what I mean? Like, I used to go to the electric company to
Mine too.
escape all the douchebags. And then it became the mecca for douchebags. And it kind of ruined it for me.
Shots!
So now I'm glad it's back to some good people. You know what I mean? Good music, good vibe.
And that's that building, man. That building always brought out good vibes.
Yep.
Always brought out good vibes, and they're carrying that on. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
We got to go there. We got to go there and put a thing together, and we'll have Paul hit me up, man, so we can definitely get something down and talk about what we were talking about. So, yeah, Chicken. Yeah, I do got to mention one more time, too. Our guest canceled today, but he is going to join us tomorrow. Dan Williams from the Barded Mud Fest happening April 14th at MKJ Farms. Can't wait to see everybody get muddy. Can't wait to talk to Dan tomorrow, too, about what all the fun things he's got going on. He's got more food trucks coming this year.
Oh, he's got more.
He added more obstacles to the course. And
of course. He's got to throw in some new stuff in the mix.
Yes.
I wonder what kind of food trucks. Now you're talking my language.
He's got a few.
Although, man, between Ray Brothers and Celtic was hard to choose from. Now it's going to be even more hard.
Ray Brothers does it up. I
They
got
do
to give them some love and respect, man.
Dude,
The
when we
Ray
were at
Brothers
Modown
do
and
it
we just
up.
had to smell that all weekend long. Oh
Uh-huh.
my god! And I was afraid to eat a lot because I didn't want to have to take a shit.
Mm.
So like that's how I'll go. I'll like refuse to eat food because I don't want to have to take a shit like someplace like that.
Hey, I got a lot of love for the Ray Brothers.
Yeah.
And looking forward to seeing what their summertime lineup as far as music goes.
Oh, they usually have a really good lineup.
They
and
usually do. They usually do.
It's a great vibe up there too, man.
But up at the Barden Mudfest too, he's got Celtic Harp, so Tommy's
Yes.
going to be up there. And if you've never tried Tom Powers' with Shepherd's Pie, you got to try that. It's
Oh, yeah?
amazing, amazing. So
I
they're
don't know
going
if
to
I've
be up
ever
there.
had that actually.
Celtic Harp does it up food wise, absolutely.
You know what I like about Celtic Harp too is like in the summertime you go there for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
You sit outside. You just forget you're actually down in Varick Street. It's like you got the brewery right above you with the sign, and it's like really nice. And you go and have lunch outside. And
They do it up, and they do it up at the Barden Mudfest
Yep.
too. And there's going to be other vendors up there as well. I off the top of my head, I can't remember who Dan told me, but I can tell you as far as bands go, we got a pretty kick-ass lineup for bands. So that's going to be happening. And we're going to have a lot of those bands pop in the studio here and help promote and even perform too.
I might do a contest. See how like depends if Lance is drinking that day. How many times Lance falls?
He's either drinking or eating, right?
Yes. So I got a feeling he might be drinking. So if you can get Lance to drink, we'll count how many times he falls. We'll videotape it and make a little montage for him.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. But yeah, Barden Mudfest, we're going to talk to Dan tomorrow about that and then find out all the vendors that he's got. We'll talk more about the bands. And we just got so much stuff going on, Chicken. It's hard to keep it straight, you know?
Yes. Trust me, dude. After
Yeah.
we get off here, I got to remember what meetings we got this week.
Yeah.
You know, we've just been flying off the seat of our pants, but you know what? It's fun. I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way.
And don't forget Home Free Podcast tonight with Adeline and T. Will, Todd Williams, the Yoda of Disruption Network. He is the man. They're going to be talking about Obligating, and we got to talk about it too because we do have this fundraiser that's happening, and we need your help, people. We are sending a crew to Africa to start a documentary on plant medicine and the iboga plant. I mean, this is something we've been talking about for over a year now.
Right.
Since the D has been relevant, we have been talking about this.
And for a good reason, because we seen it work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it happened right with us there. You know what I mean? We seen this this stuff actually work for more than one person. And then we, wow, that really worked for her. Then Tucker found his own path and we were like, wow, it really worked for him. And then like we were hearing about all these other people that it really worked for and we're like, well, what the hell? Why aren't we like really researching this stuff?
So we're educating and we're trying to spread the word of the iboga plant because it does help. Like Chicken says, it's like an 85% cure rate for PTSDs and depression and addiction and anxiety and bipolar.
And many times it's just a one-time use.
Mm-hmm.
Like Emily was a one-time use, and
Right.
she's celebrating a 1 year of sobriety.
And it resets you, and it resets
How
your
amazing is that?
receptors in your body and your brain, and it just gives you a whole new lease on life. So
Absolutely, man. Like, and you see how debilitating like depression can be, PTSD, anxiety, bipolar disorder.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of these affect people so deeply that, and they don't want to take their medicine. They don't want to, and this stuff can help.
it can help.
It
So
absolutely
we're
can help.
sending a crew to Africa with Tucker and Emily and a bunch of Todd's going, and they're going to be doing a documentary. Not only in Africa, too, because I think he's going to go Canada,
Mexico.
and Mexico, and this is going to be spread out a little process here. But we do have a GoFundMe page, and if you do know somebody suffering from PTSDs or addiction or bipolar or anxiety, hit us up, and you can help us. You can help us because we want to help you. And you can check it out at gofundme.com/iboga, IBOGA. We'll be looking at all sides of iboga and ibogaine from Africa to Canada, Mexico, and all sides of it. We really need your help with funds. Yes, Todd and Adeline are going to chop it up about that tonight on Home Free Podcast. She's going to sway away from the real estate podcast that she normally does.
Right.
Because this is super important to all of us around the D.
Right.
And we've been talking
And
about it for a while since actually this thing has came out.
And it's personally affected Adeline in the biggest way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just so, like, these people, when you tell it to them, they think it's bullshit. Like, no, she knows firsthand.
Firsthand.
And, that's where, like, it hits home for a lot of us. It's like, these are people we know.
Yeah. Todd brings up a good point. If all our friends on Facebook gave us $5, we'd be set. That's nothing.
No.
That's nothing. And we have over 5,000 friends on Facebook, as far as likes go on Disruption.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could get all of them to donate $5, it's only $5. Thank you for posting that.
And you could
Todd.
be
In fact,
saving
I'm
lives.
going to pin that to the top right here.
Yep.
Yes, you will be saving lives. And Todd and Addie are going to chop it up about it. Addie's going to discuss her experiences, and Todd was actually the one that introduced her to that just by watching it on television, just by
Law
hearing
and Order
about it
or
on
something like that.
just by hearing about it on
Which
television. So
the reason why it was probably even on Law and Order is because somebody there probably have discovered it and used it and wanted to put it on there and say like, hey, let's get this out there somehow, like a subliminal, like this is out there, wink, wink. Somebody else look into this, and we did. Todd did, and then Addie did. And now look at Tucker.
It's growing. Strength in numbers, too. We're going to get the education and the awareness out on the Iboga plant out there really, really soon. And we have been. We have been. And we're going to continue to do more. And I know they're going to be announcing a fundraiser for all that. So tune in tonight to Home Free Podcast as her guest, Yoda Williams.
Yoda.
We're surrounded by Williams. We got Todd Williams, Dan Williams. There's all these Williams that we're surrounded by, but all doing good things in the community.
Yep.
So much love to all the Williamses out there. Ricky Williams. But yeah, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock tonight. 7 o'clock tonight with Home Free Podcast. Why we are talking about Home Free Podcast, we do got to mention our boy Josh Amodio, who believes in us from Priceless Inspection.
Boy, we got him fooled.
A good quality home inspection is priceless, and Josh can prove that to you. My man is in-depth and detailed reports, thorough inspections, pays attention to details. He's been doing it his whole life. He's been in the construction business his whole life. He knows what he's doing. And Josh cares.
Oh, yeah.
That's the important thing, is Josh cares. He goes, takes his time, goes through your house, goes through every nook and cranny of your house. Whether you want to put your house on the market or you want to buy a house or even if you need to update your home, Josh can do all that for you with a good quality inspection. And a good quality inspection, of course, is priceless. Attaboy. 315-525-8725 to reach Josh. And tell him your boys from the D sent you.
I love Josh. He was out there Saturday having a good old time. He's always out there on Saturday on St. Patty's Day.
He's doing his thing, man.
It's
He's
good
doing
to
his
see
thing.
him.
He was in the parade too.
Oh, was he?
He was marching in the parade, and he had his outfit going on. And
now he's a 46er.
He's a 46er. And
He
for
had a
those
U-
that don't know what a 46er, Chicken mentions this twice now today. A 46, there's 46 peaks in the Adirondack Mountains.
The high peaks.
The high peaks.
Yep. So the challenge is you got to walk all high peaks.
You got to climb all high peaks.
And he did it all in 1 year time.
We've got a few friends out there that have done them.
He's done it all in 1 year time, and he had a Utica club on top of every summit.
Yeah, and takes a picture.
And takes a picture.
Yeah, he takes a picture.
That's pretty cool. And he did it by himself, which I'm like, bro, that's super dangerous. But, he's a beast. He
Josh
did
is
it.
a good man, and I want to thank personally Josh, because I know Josh for a long time. Thank you so much for believing what we're doing here around the D and EC Radio, the D Line, and Home Free Podcast. And Josh, you are a good man. Bless your heart. Bless your heart, my son.
You need
Bless
to keep
your
better company, though.
It's
we gotta
funny.
get him back on
Today
here
is
then.
St. Joseph's Day, and usually you know what he's doing on St. Joseph's Day, and I know this about Josh because I've known him for so long. He's going around to his family members passing out sausage and oil.
Oh, is he?
That's his thing.
Oh, that's so good,
That's
too.
oh yeah, and Josh actually he'll sit on sausage and oil for
Does
years.
he go and buy it, or does he make it himself?
He makes it himself.
Oh, of course he does.
And then the St. Joseph pastry. I can't remember the name of it, like the lobster claw or whatever. It's like that one big thick pastry with a lot of cream, and it's got the cherry on top. And I can't remember the name of it.
What is that Italian, like, it's like a cheesecake they make on, like, Easter? Like,
Oh, kazat.
Kazat. Yeah. Man,
My
that's-
favorite.
That stuff's pretty good.
My favorite.
And then you got Easter bread, too, which is pretty good.
My mom, she'll be making some kazat, and I'll make sure I'll bring you some chicken if you like
Okay.
it. She
I like
makes it. It's so good. Unbelievable. My parents are back.
Are they? They're home?
Yeah.
Mama Z?
Yeah, they're off tour.
Oh,
They're
that's
relaxing.
cool, though. I thought they would, like, slow up, like, let the snow kind of melt before.
They were supposed to, but something came up.
Wow.
But anyhow, they are back for Easter, and it'll be good to see my parents. I haven't seen them yet since they got back.
Which is also April Fool's Day, right?
April Fool's Day is Easter, so.
So tell you, if you got kids out there, tell them you hit the eggs and don't hide them.
April Fools.
April Fools.
Ha ha.
No candy. Ha ha.
None for you.
Have him out there looking for eggs for like 2.5 hours.
No doubt. I think this is the first time. Well, probably not. But can you remember Easter ever falling on April Fool's Day?
No.
I don't remember. We'll have to check in on the analytics department to tell us when the last time Easter was celebrated on April Fool's Day.
I don't understand how they determine where Easter falls. Sometimes it's in March. Sometimes it's late, April. Something this year it's April 1st.
40 days after Lent.
Is that what it is? Oh, I have no idea.
I have no idea either, chicken. I stopped paying attention. I stopped. No more.
For Lent, I gave up silly religious traditions.
Yes, me too. That's what I gave up for Lent, too. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. We have to figure that out. And where did the April Fool's Day come from? Where did that?
I don't know.
How was
That's
that
weird.
born? Does anybody know that question?
And where do the eggs? Like, why do you hide eggs on Easter?
I don't know.
Like, for zombie Jesus to
I
find?
don't get
know.
it. I don't get it. Well, today is Jesus' stepfather day, and that carries on over into zombie Jesus Day.
Do you believe she was really a virgin?
Nah, she was with Joseph the whole time. You think he was married to a virgin? Come on, baby. Come on. At least,
And she was already knocked up when you, come on.
yeah, right.
Where was Maury Povich then? The test determined that was a lie.
Where's Dr. Phil? That would be a good episode of Donahue. Is he still around?
No, God, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He's got to be dead by
I
now.
have no idea. Maury Povich.
He's still around.
He
Yeah,
is?
I think he's still on TV, Maury.
Is Geraldo still out there?
He's got to be.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer, he's still around.
Springer's still kicking it, but I don't think he does his show more.
No.
I noticed his security guard has a show and not him.
Steve,
yeah. How did Steve get a show and Jerry's not doing it?
Jerry probably was like, I'm done.
You think there was a bad breakup between those two?
No, I don't think so. I think
No.
Jerry kind of like passed the candle off to him. You handle the mess.
Oh, is that what happened?
Probably one of those deals.
Yeah.
Because, after a while, you got to be tired of being the trash guy. You know what I mean? You had Howard Stern, you had Jerry Springer.
So you don't think the Virgin Mary was a virgin?
No.
No?
No.
She was married to Joseph, and today's his day. What did he do that he earned a day?
He stepped up being a stepdaddy.
Yeah.
To the prophet.
I guess. But you notice we never hear about Jesus in his adolescent years. It's
Right.
always Jesus when he tried to help people and save people. But we never hear about his teenage years. We never heard about Jesus going through puberty.
Did Jesus go through puberty?
Yeah, he had to have. He had to have. But it's always Jesus when he was first born, and then all of a sudden he's 30.
Yep.
But but there's no stories in between. What about Jesus in his high school years? What happened? What happened then?
Right.
Was he healing people? Was he curing people of bad breakouts on their face and shit? When they were
Jesus
kids?
built my hot rod. Well, we had to learn the skills
But
to be a carpenter.
do you know a Jesus story of his teenage years? Does anybody?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I
we
want to
should, we
dig
should find
deep.
out.
Well, I want to. Maybe we that should be our next documentary. Jesus, the teenage years.
And is it Jesus or Jesus?
Well, it depends on where you're from.
Okay.
If you're from Mexico, it's Jesus.
Jesus.
But if you're from Utica, it's fucking Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna get struck. I'm gonna get struck by
Jay
lightning.
Stevens said Jesus died for your sins, but then he came back to life. So really, Jesus sacrificed his weekend for your sins.
That's crazy.
Good point, Jay. Jay, he went to Catholic school.
Yeah,
Do you
I
kn-
did too for a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, but he did his whole career, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey.
So, Jay, do you know what Jesus did in his teen years?
Yeah, you know what? We need to ask our Notre Dame grads.
Do you think he was a Judas Priest fan?
No. I don't think Mary let him listen to Priest. I don't think Mary let him listen to much music
I don't
at
think
all.
he liked Judas either.
No, he didn't like Judas. This is worst best friend he ever had. Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to get struck by lightning with this segment.
Yeah, you think so?
No. Nah.
I'll just turn the other cheek.
Like you said, I gave up stupid religious practices for Lent.
Yeah.
I gave up on that a long time ago. Long time ago. The Catholic, he played a lot of Xbox. They had Xbox back in 0. If you think about it, that was the time frame.
Yeah, right?
It was year 0.
Yeah, what is
No,
that?
actually, I think year 17 is his teenage years, right?
Well, because
Because we're based on a Christian calendar over here.
Wasn't
It's
like before-
2018, so we're 2018 years past Jesus.
so is it like BC is before Christ?
Yeah.
And what's an AD
AD.
is after his death, right?
After
So what's the time period that when he was born?
the teenage years?
Like, what do you just? It was like 17. Like that's it.
I
Like,
think that was it.
it was 17. Year 17.
Was Jesus the Zach Morris of Jerusalem
We could stop
in his
everybody.
teenage years?
We could just stop and do like a monologue, like freeze time.
He went to Jerusalem High. Well, was he a big deal around Jerusalem High?
But I mean, I'm sorry, but like a lot of this, I don't want to go.
If
down.
any of my aunts are watching this, I'm probably going to get my
Oh,
ass beat.
Well, I actually posted that. I gave up silly religious tradition for Lent a couple years ago, and I had an aunt chime in and said, "You're Irish and you're Catholic. How can you say that?" I'm like, I kind of got a brain. I don't know. Like I kind of think for myself.
Right.
Jay put the wonder years.
The wonder years, the Jesus wonder years. Yeah, one of my aunts is totally pissed off at me right now.
Uh-oh.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
She's like, "You're gonna have sage poured around you or something." You're gonna do the exorcism.
Yeah.
Like, what is that stuff they burn that like it smells like a clove cigarette?
Sage.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's that's more of a Rastafarian thing. You smudge. Remember when we had Keith in here? He was talking about smudging. Visions from Keith, our psychic medium. He was talking about smudging. And smudging, all it is burning sage. But you can only burn a little bit at a time. I guess you don't want to burn all of it at once. You just want to just smudge kind of around the room. Supposedly it drives away the evil spirits.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I should try it around my house just for the hell of it because
you never know.
Oh, dude, I was sitting at home the other day. Well, he
after
said on air and said that, he was upset about the color I painted the house. But I'm sitting there in my kitchen, and all of a sudden, I have this, like, one drawer under the sink. It's like a tool drawer. Tool. It just, like, opens up by itself. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, and like, it has never done it the entire time I've been there. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I moved and shook it, but I'm like, I was standing still. And the drawer just opens up all the way by itself. I'm like, what the hell? So I walk over to the thing thinking maybe, I'll look in there. Maybe there's something in there I'm supposed to look at. Maybe they're trying to tell me something. I didn't see anything significant. So a couple days later, I was like plugging my phone in to go to bed. And I had a glass of water on a nightstand on the other side. And I'm just sitting there. I didn't move. I was just sitting there plugging my phone in, and the glass, boom, just falls over. And I'm like, holy shit.
Better get some sage.
Yeah, I think I
Keith
pooped a
come to
little
your
on
house.
that one. I think I pooped a little on that one. But then you're kind of like, well, what do you do? Like, there ain't nothing I can do about it. So you just put your head under the covers, and they can't touch you if your head's under the covers.
Jay's saying he smudged the shit out of his house when he moved in. And you should. You got to smudge it. Maybe that's what you got to do, Chicken. Or have Keith come to your house.
I'm afraid, though, because I don't know what this ghost had seen.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
He probably seen some dirty shit, so I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I want to bring Keith to the Stanley one night. Like, I constantly hear whistling in that place.
I want to bring him to the battlefield.
Yeah, that too.
That would be insane.
But when I'm closing up at night at the Stanley, I can hear whistling. It's crazy. Always around this one spot, too. I hear whistling. It's just weird. I want to bring Keith in there one night when I'm closing up. Because there's a routine. Like, I have to lock up at the end of the night and shut off all the lights. And there's a routine to shut off all the lights. Or else it's going to be pitch black and you got to bust out a flashlight or something. And there was this one time I shut the light off and I looked in like the mirror and you could just see a shadow. Like, wow. But I always hear whistling in that place.
Oh, they're there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not, as you just have heard, I'm not a very religious person. But I've seen ghosts in my time.
Me too.
And I can feel their presence, and I know when they're there. Like, when I'm laying around at night and I hear footsteps walking over my head, yeah, they're there.
Yeah, kind of freaky. We got to get Keith back in. We're supposed to be doing a show with him coming up really, really soon.
Yes.
So check your local listings for that. That's going to be more of a crowd participation show when Keith gets together.
Mm-hmm. And people line up to talk to him.
Yeah,
man.
we're going to do Skype interviews with him. So People do line up to talk to that guy.
And he said some pretty freaky shit to people that
and you
and me, and you know, and then I seen them actually happen. You know, yeah, actually these things actually come to you know, and like people like think it's gonna be exactly the way he said.
Right.
Like he mentioned something like my mother was gonna like enlist help from her sister, who she doesn't talk to, but then come to find out it was my sister-in-law, or I'm sorry, her sister-in-law. You know what I mean? So you're like sister-in-law, makes sense.
Right.
You know? And it was after the fact I realized I'm like, oh wow.
He's still human.
Right. But what I'm saying though is like it's not always exactly they only see certain things.
Right,
You know what
right,
I mean?
right.
It's not like it's gonna happen exactly that way. It's like he has to do a bit of interpretation, you know? So
Yeah, you can't predict everything perfectly.
but it was like after the fact I was telling my mother, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's your sister-in-law.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense.
Oh, look at this guy.
Oh,
you want to come
yes.
sit in for the last few minutes? Come on, buddy. Come hang out with us. The pop up. Today is the open door policy. The open door policy. Let me put it. My man Zach in the house with us. Coming out right here. My man Zach, Stu, if you will, fight for Rome. Let's talk about. That's the red one, right? I want to talk about the anti-violence show you guys did. How was that? You gotta get all settled in.
That was great.
Yeah?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Good
We ever-
turnout. Everything work out good?
Oh, the crowd was huge actually, and we got lots of cheers, which is kind of weird.
Nice. Yeah, they liked us.
They liked us. We're going back in August.
Oh, cool.
for
Good.
the fifth one.
Yeah, JP's doing another one too.
Yeah, and
great.
we all have to have there's like one band for every category, so somehow we got classified as the funk band. Which sure, why not?
Yeah,
hell with it.
Whatever.
But have you ever been to Maggie's?
I've never been to Maggie's.
Oh
no.
my God, it's amazing.
Yeah?
It's amazeballs. There's like 3 levels. There's a restaurant. There's the bar on the second. We didn't get to go. No, bar on the third. We didn't go to the second because I had it closed off for the show, but it was really cool.
Cool. Awesome.
We had a good time and a lot of good bands like music I don't ever listen to.
Anybody we should know about?
Off the top of my head, I saw so many bands I just couldn't even tell you. There was a really cool metal band. There was a really cool like mainstream-ish hip hop band, and he was pretty cool. I can't remember their name. Saved my life.
What, you hung in the whole day?
I hung in the whole day.
Attaboy, Zach. That's the way you do it, man.
I
Seriously, because that makes you a great supporter right there.
I cut down on the intake.
Speaking of intake, did you celebrate St. Patty's Day over the weekend?
Yes, I did.
And what did you do?
I've been hungover for 2 days.
Me too. Where'd you go?
I went to Chris's Grub and Pub in Rome to go see my my friend Marlea Gula. She's kind of awesome. And then I went back to the house. Then we went to Copper City Brewery in Rome, which if y'all don't know, you should go to Copper City Brewery in Rome.
I gotta go.
They probably were jamming, huh?
It wasn't as busy as I thought it would be, but it was still busy.
Yeah.
But I've been there when it's like wall to wall people. But me, Phil, that used to own Traces, which is where Copper City is now, used to also be Johnny Bravo's. His wife Heather, my buddy Dwayne, who's also in Fight for Rome CNY, YouTube, go on, check it out. And his girlfriend Krista, we all went out and we played some Cards Against Humanity. I had 1 beer, which equaled about like 3 because it was like 10.2 volume. Whew. And then we went to Phil's house and had other shenanigans. We'll leave it at that.
All right. Does Rome do a parade on St. Patrick's Day?
No.
No? Have they ever?
No.
No?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, they do the Honor America Day parades.
Oh, yes.
But
is there a lot of bouncing around, like bar hopping going on in Rome for St. Patty's Day?
Yes.
Oh, there is.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Is there kind of like a going out district, kind of like, you got Barrack Street? Is there anything like that?
Dominic Street.
East
Dom.
Yeah.
East Dom.
You
Because
can
then you
walk
can go
up
to the
and-
Mill, you can go to the Vig, you can go to Mario's. There's a couple different places.
Yeah. Okay. There's a few different ones.
There's a really cool place, actually. Oh, what the hell are they called? There's like this Irish restaurant. Like, they literally serve breakfast, and it's like all potatoes and eggs.
Sick.
I forgot what the hell it's called. I've been there once.
It's called Potatoes and Eggs.
That's actually a great title for a restaurant.
It would be.
I need to get a loan.
call it home fries.
Home fry.
Yeah, I woke up yesterday. I was like, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone charger? Where are my cigarettes?" And I could have sworn they were downstairs in the basement where I live, because I was texting somebody in my basement. No, they were still at Phil's.
Why were they in your basement?
You had them tied up.
Oh. That's probably why they didn't text you back.
Handcuffs. So what are you guys doing? What do you guys do?
You
for
know,
St. Pat's?
I had a guest come in, and he had to postpone until tomorrow. So we've just been sitting here recapping our weekend and stuff, and I had the open door policy. So I'm glad you took advantage of that. Also, we're going to sit down and talk about what we're about to do too, right?
Yes.
Well, what you're about to do.
Yes, finally.
Yes, finally,
Finally.
we're going to be adding to Disruption Sports, the Disruption Sports program network over here. And these guys are going to nerd out on wrestling. Soon. We're going to figure out a day and a time and all the legalities that go along with it. But
You might want to do like a random, all wrestling for the most part, but do like a random thing like every show if we can do that. You know what I mean? Like something different. Like just randomly.
I feel like this whole network is random.
My whole life is random.
So do you got a name for the wrestling show yet?
Garrett does, but I don't have my phone on me, so I can't look at the logo.
All right.
So
Ray, you are right. We need something to add for the ladies. That's all I've been talking about.
Yep.
It's just we need ladies around here. All our ladies leave us.
I can send them dick pics.
No,
No,
that's
I
not
wouldn't
going to
do
get
it.
any
You don't want to
ladies.
see that anyway.
We do need some for the ladies, 100%. And once we get the new scene set up, because we got a whole new scene coming up, and hopefully we will get something
But
going
hey,
for the
ladies, if any of you got any ideas out there that you want to do a
Yes.
show for, we're all ears.
Absolutely. We are
We're
open to suggestions.
all
Please, please. Any ladies want to reach out to us? We've got some cool things that you could do, but we're open to suggestions. We want to hear what you guys want to do.
Can I plug something real quick?
I would love for you to plug something.
All right. So I think it's April 14th. They're actually at the Rome Polish Home. They're having a 1920s themed metal show. I can't tell you who's on the bill because I can't remember. But yeah, it's going to be like roaring 20s like dress and everything.
Wow.
But with a bunch of metal.
That's
Phil-
interesting.
Like
Yeah.
flapper dresses and all that shit.
You know I'll fit in.
Suits.
Phil's wife Heather is actually putting it on. I love you, big sister.
What a good idea.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So
And that's at the Polish Home.
yep,
Flapper and Thrashers.
Is that like the only place doing
Yep.
shows in Rome right now?
that and the snubbing post. But you got to play cover songs if you have the snubbing post.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
I love you too, Michelle.
I remember back in the day we used to go to Bobby McGee's.
Oh, Bobby's.
That's
Yeah.
legendary.
Floyd?
Man.
Yep.
Yep.
Every Wednesday
JJ's.
was alternative night, so you had all like alternative bands, and they play like it was like Freak Night they used to call it.
Yeah.
And then Friday, Saturday they had crazy bands playing Drag Jones, Nine Ball, Red Herring.
Great bands back in the day.
Yep.
But Ray's right, though. We need something for the ladies, though.
Absolutely.
Because it's all, we got sports. Of course, we're going to add to our sports
I
content.
mean, we got Adeline.
and all the ladies
you know,
are really Tommy Drama fans. And then Ease Beats and Bizz, we do get some ladies that check in with them from time to time.
But we need
we need something that's designated straight women content.
Yes, we definitely do, and we just need some ladies that come up and will come up with an idea that they want to do.
Right.
You know?
We're open to suggestions, so hit us up. So if you guys got any ideas, or you ladies, sorry, I should say, have any ideas for a podcast or a webcast, hit us up.
Yep.
We're open to whatever. We're just looking to add and create good content around here on the D.
You know who would be really fun to have?
Who's that?
My friend Tara Tucker.
Yeah?
She is sass embodied.
Sass embodied, huh?
Oh, yes.
What does that mean?
Sass embodied? She's sassy. She's sarcastic. She's funny. She's witty. She's a good girl. And I think she's never had, she's never done any radio stuff before, but I can show her the way.
Yeah, you can.
I found out, though, watch, listen to some of the people that have come on the air, and, prime example is our guy, Gaffney, when he's on the bass line. Never really did radio before, but, man, he does it really good. I feel Caleb is right there, too.
If you think about it, like on the D, as you're thinking of the roster of shows on the D, just me, you, and Mile are the only three that have done actual radio.
Right, that's true. That is true.
Other than anybody else. We were the only three. And Mile's still doing it with Kiss FM.
Yep.
There's your rub again, Roger. Anyways, we were the only three. I can't think of anybody else. And like JP, I was watching him yesterday when we were doing the ad, the fantasy baseball draft yesterday. I was like, man, this kid's killing it. Like, he's never done radio before.
Right.
He's killing it.
I was listening to those two. You know, I was running the board and letting them do their thing, and they both, you know, it seems like doesn't seem like their second show. It seems like they've been doing it for a while.
Right, exactly.
And it's really cool for them. They were all excited afterwards, you know, because they started getting in their groove. And it's like, I remember that feeling with the D-line. Well, actually, we haven't found our groove yet, but whatever. But it's fun to see, and like that hidden talent that people didn't realize they had. You know,
you got to have personality. You just got to be able to talk, come off the cusp real quick. It's not really that hard.
It's really not that hard.
You got to be
right?
relaxed.
Yeah,
That's the thing
gotta-
is people
you
get
just gotta
nervous.
chill.
They get nervous behind a microphone and they just freeze sometimes.
Well, you just got to realize that no one's eyes are on. Well, you guys are different because you have cameras and stuff. But
Yeah, but you don't even notice they're here, though, do you?
no, never.
Like yesterday, too, when we were doing the baseball draft. My buddy walks in looking, and he's like, where are the cameras? I thought there was all cameras and shit. Like, he was expecting something totally different.
And I like it.
They're
that
right here. You can't see them?
And I like that they're small and they're not those big cameras, because then that's when it gets intimidating. When you got these big cameras and lights all over you, and you're like, oh, shit.
Totally.
You know, like, this is a little nerve-wracking. But, you know, when they're small like that, you just, okay, no big deal.
I do have another question.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about Syracuse yesterday?
Awesome.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I was so
And now
happy.
hopefully they can put it together and, you know.
They're going to
beat
lose to Duke.
You think so?
Oh, God,
Man, I think they could put it. I think they could put it to them.
Well,
They lost to them, what, twice this year?
What was that team, the number 16 that beat number 1 Virginia?
The UMBC.
Yeah, so, I mean, if they can do it, I mean, it's the first time it's ever happened from what I understand, but yeah, Syracuse.
Yeah,
could
but I
beat
think we
Duke.
can.
I hate Duke.
I hate Duke, too.
I hate
But
Duke.
and I also like the fact that they're playing Duke because now they're the underdog again, and you could keep that chip on your shoulder, you know, that fire in your belly more.
Well, we talked about this in the first hour. They're not even supposed to be there.
No.
They're not. This Cuse shouldn't even be there. And, like, think about it. If they would have stuck to the original NCAA rules, they wouldn't have been there.
No.
They had 2 number 11 seeds, 2 number, 8 seeds or whatever like that. Like, they expanded the field.
But if they could take out Duke, I don't even care. Like, they can lose the next game.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, I would love to see
That
them
would
go
be
all the
our
way.
national
But you take
championship
out
right
Duke,
there.
I'm good.
In the tournament, absolutely, Chicken, I agree with you.
That's like me with the Bills in the playoffs this year. They made the wild card. I didn't even care if they won. I was like, that's my Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jackson leaving?
Wait, Jackson?
Or
Tyrod
Taylor, sorry. my
I'm
bad.
actually very upset. Most people aren't because they say that he's not a good quarterback. I think he's one of my favorite players, actually, because he reminds me of Michael Vick, like a B-grade Michael Vick.
With better passing.
Way better passing. But they both have that deep arm. Like,
Yes.
They can both bomb it. The problem with Tyrod Taylor, over the middle. Just cannot hit over the middle to save his life.
But he didn't really have anybody to hit. Not like he does now.
No, not at all.
Well, Zach, Chicken needs a guest for Thursday, so you
Yeah,
can show up to
come
the
on in.
D-line on Thursday, and you can finish this conversation then.
Okay. I'm
'Cause
all
we
about
gotta
talking football.
We got to close it out right now, but before we do, I got to give some love and respect out to Coldwell Banker Faith Properties. When it comes to buying a home in the Mohawk Valley, you got to have faith. Call them today, 315-735-2222 for commercial and residential properties. Log on to centralnyhomes.com for a complete and accurate, up-to-date listings. And I want to thank them for believing in the D and us here at EC Radio and the Baseline, the D-Line, East Beats of Bizz, and all the great content that comes. Back Talk, all the great content that comes along with Disruption Network. Zach, plug the band one more time.
Fight for Rome. You can find us on Facebook. Search for DERF. Fight for Rome.
DERF.
YouTube. Pretty sure it's Fight for Rome. CNY. It might just be Fight for Rome, but you can find us on there. There's some videos. Reverb Nation. A couple other places. But yeah, we're all over the place. Scott Washburn, our guitarist, is very adamant in getting stuff taken care of.
And soon to be, you'll be hearing
He sends us budgets. Like, seriously, like he just sent a year budget of like the money that we spent and the money we didn't spend. Right now, I think we're at like, negative $1,000.
Such is like being in a band.
Yes, such.
Oh, man. And then soon you're about to hear this voice on the D really, really soon with the wrestling podcast that we're about to
Yes.
launch. So that's going to happen really, really soon. So check your local listings. And I want to remind everybody you can listen to this podcast and previous podcast on the all-new website, disruptionnetwork.net. Thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow with Dan Williams from the Barden Mud Fest. See ya.
Never you mind what I'm making. You should spend some time taking a personal inventory of what you're doing for the betterment of society.
Hey, it's Adeline Van Dyke from Coldwell Banker Faith Properties in Utica. I always get asked, why do I love real estate? It's very simple. I love my clients. I love every single thing about helping them find or sell their home. Making sure the home is solid and ready for sale, or solid and ready for the buyer's inspection, to making sure that they're getting the best rate on their mortgage, making sure they're getting the best price on their house. You know, just everything involved in the sale is vital. My absolute favorite part of real estate is when a buyer walks into the house they're going to buy. I can feel it before they even know they're loving the house. It's just that obvious. So I'd love to experience that feeling with you. So give me a call. Adeline Van Dyke, Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-404-6431. Or you can find me on Facebook or visit my website at centralnewyork.com/Adeline. Thank you, and I look forward to welcoming you home.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.
In the Mohawk Valley, for the best real estate service, you gotta have faith. Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-735-2222 or www.centralnyhomes.com.